And we are live. You can catch us on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Kick, and Facebook. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be right back with you, Howlers. Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas.
This is Ambishun, the Black Cup.
And today, we're going to call this episode Business and Hose.
No, we're going to call it Just Talk to Us.
Hose with the Z, though. That'll be the name of my episode. That's the name of his.
his name of his episode is just Horse.
Business and Hose.
Horse.
So we'll get it. We're actually, it's just me and Ambishun today. We have an 8 o'clock episode, but we're going to be live streaming for a while today. And we're going to get into some topics. We want to stay kind of on business and hose. So relationships, whatever you guys want to call it. But we're going to stay in that realm. If you guys do want to talk about something else, you can. You guys can call in. We're going to put a call up, go put up the phone number. You'll see the phone number in there. And, who's that? We got someone in Facebook already?
Says they're not seeing the stream on Facebook.
Oh, let's see if they can see that. Because Facebook, we get thousands of views on Facebook, so I want to make sure we're good on Facebook. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. Why don't you address the audience a little bit? Or did you post it up yet?
Nope.
Okay, go. You go ahead and go post it, and I'm just gonna talk a little bit, and then tell me when you're done, and then so I can do it, and then you can talk. So we have hit 1.1 million views. We actually went over 1,000 since we hit 1 million. Now we're at 1.1, a little over 1.1. We're on our way to 1.2. So we are hitting these numbers really well on YouTube. So thank you, everybody, for watching YouTube. Now our Facebook's killing it. We're almost at 3 million views again within the last 28 days on Facebook. And we always get over 1,000 views on each video, 2,000. We're getting 1,000 to 2,000 views on each video. So I appreciate you guys watching on Facebook. You guys are always killing it for us. And any questions you guys have, just let me know what you guys want to talk about. But we do want to get into some business, some financial literacy, and talking about relationships. I see you guys really like that. For the podcast, so let me know. We're gonna have Vernice is here today, JV Media. So we're going to have her put the number in the inbox for Facebook and for YouTube. So she'll put the number in, and then you guys can call in and we can talk. And if you guys hate us, you guys can tell us how much you hate us. We're fine with haters.
Not that I give a fuck.
Yeah, no, we don't care. You guys, you haters are still paying us, so we're good because you guys watch us, so we're good. You guys comment and all that good stuff. I see you guys hate me, and it's cool.
All right, we're good over here.
You're good. Okay, so go ahead and address the audience a little bit, Markeith. I'm gonna go ahead and do it too.
What up, y'all? We're gonna talk a little bit today for sure. Yeah, I know I missed last week for the DNR. I was a little bit bummed out by that one. Coming back from San Francisco, man, that was a 9-hour drive for no reason. We ain't gonna talk about nobody, but somebody went the wrong way and we got caught in the Lancaster traffic. But today we just gonna kind of just talk a little bit. You guys see the number up there. We want to just tap in and make sure everybody, whatever questions we got. Y'all got some questions, some topics you guys want to discuss and talk about. I got some questions I'm going to ask Jacob. I really want to know why every woman has to be a whore, but I got a few questions.
I want to know too. Why?
So we got a few things we actually going to discuss and talk about a little bit. We'll go as deep as it has to go. We're just going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to talk our shit. We got some time today. So if any of the trolls are out there and want to tap in and talk to us, if there's anything going on, I'm not talking about nothing political. I don't want to talk about nothing political. You want to talk about something political?
I don't really care about politicals.
All right, cool, good. All right, we're on the same page. I won't get nothing political, so don't ask no political questions. I don't like Trump. I don't like none of them. We want to talk about business and whores.
Business and whores. Can you guys hear us now on Facebook? Can you guys see us? Can you guys let us know in the chat if you guys can see us on Facebook? Keep going. Why don't you respond to some of the comments that we've been seeing, how they talk shit or whatever. Or good comments, whatever you want to do.
Let me go over here to this to these comments real fast. Hold on, let me get it. Let me pull this up, and here we go.
Give him a second, guys.
Give me 1 second. We've been having a lot of people hate us. I don't know if they hate Jacob or me, but they hate us. I don't know if it's you, me, or if it's both of us, but let's see. Let me find it right now. Hold on.
But I still love you guys because you guys are going to be getting us paid.
Okay, it's not that one. Hold on. Because I had asked you a question when we were talking, and it was in relation to, do you ever want somebody that you can go home to? And that's the one that everybody was kind of going crazy on. Got like 12K views and a gang of comments and shit, but they were talking shit. Some lady named Margie said, "You guys are so wrong. I was a big flirt, and many people thought I was sneaking around. I was a virgin at my wedding night."
Liar.
If you watch a woman close, you will see who she is by the way she treats others. Now, okay, I can agree that not everybody's a whore. That's Jacob's ideology.
I try to agree with that too until they show me that they're whores.
But the young lady, Margaret, said, you can look at a woman and tell by the way she treats people. I know people who treat people amazing, and they for sure sleep with a lot of people. Their body count is high. I don't think you can use that and say that, oh, by the way they treat people, you can tell. No, you can't tell. What people do behind closed doors is behind closed doors. And how they treat somebody. I mean, I treat people pretty good. I mean, I'm an asshole sometimes too. I mean.
And he's a whore too.
I am not a whore.
Yeah, that's right. But you can't be whores.
A whore.
Players. That's right.
I'm not even a player.
You learned from the last one. Players.
I'm not even a player. I'm not a player. I'm not a whore. I'm a businessman. I love. I'm not that.
And we're the biggest players there is, businessmen.
That's Jacob's motto. I don't live by the same motto that Jacob lives by. But so okay, look, we were talking about the horror situation and the women. Yeah. At some point, you said you made a comment last time, and you said that if they aren't a whore, they end up being a whore.
Yeah, I would say most of them now. I would say Western world, so United States.
Okay, now we both have daughters, correct? How can you say something like that about all women when we have daughters?
Well, because I'm training my daughter to make sure she's not one. Keeping her off that pole. That was like right off the bat.
But do you know how many whores don't touch a pole?
Well, a lot of daughters that are raised by their fathers. The statistics show that a lot of daughters that are raised by their fathers with discipline and structure, that's a lot less likely. So it's always there's always a big chance, but it's less likely. So that's why I'm trying to be the best father I can to my daughter. I'm trying to do my job as a father.
But do you think so? Does your daughter ever watch the show?
No, she don't watch it.
Do you think that the way you view things, the way you view the women, if she ever were to hear that and hear how you speak of the women, how you think that would feel?
She hears that already. She kind of hears it. I talk to my son like when we're driving and stuff, and I school him on stuff, and she hears it. She just doesn't really. She just plays on her phone. I'm sure all kids take everything in, so I know she's listening. But but I always look at her and say, "See that? That's why you be a good girl. I'll whoop you if you turn into one of those girls. It's not happening." And she's already very innocent. Like she's 12, but the thing is, like I see 12-year-olds that are being crazy already, and she's being super innocent. She hangs around a lot of innocent girls too.
But don't you think it's important what we put into their spirits, like into our daughter's spirit, to say that all girls are whores? You better not be one. I mean, is that a bit aggressive?
Well, I'm not telling her she better not be a whore. I'm not using the word whore. I don't use that. Promiscuous. You know what I mean? But I'm not even saying that. I'm not even going that far. I'm just saying be a good girl. I'm talking about being a good girl and things like that. And I'm teaching her, like, literally, I have her read the Bible. Her and my son, me and my son and her, we all read the Bible at night before we go to bed. And she learns a lot of that stuff from there. So I talked to her about all that stuff. How you should be married before you have sex, all that kind of stuff. Both of them. Even my son. I don't want do I really want my son to be like me? No. But at the same time, do I want him to get played too? No. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out a happy medium of how to talk to him and at the same time. Because I'm not trying to have him like me. But I don't want him
definitely don't want two of you running around.
But I don't want. There's a lot more of me. Think about it. There's neck bone. We can go down the list. There's a lot of us.
Oh shit! Damn.
We all think the same. I've tried to get them all on the podcast, and none of them will come on because they all think the same, and they don't want to. They don't want to be seen like that. They know I don't give a fuck because I'm not in a relationship.
Wait, so there's a couple of guys
There's
that
like
think
9
almost the same way you think, but they're afraid of being seen publicly thinking the way they think.
Yeah. Because they're not going to tell girls. We just talk about it like this to each other. But we don't talk about, like, literally all of them think the same way. But we don't have the conversations with the girls. You know what I mean? It's just behind closed doors. We've thought like this literally. I've known these guys since high school, like all our lives.
But
You saw, remember that, I guess when I was drunk, remember the other 2 guys that were in here walking around? I'm not going to say their names because I don't want to give their names out. Both of them the same way.
I said their names.
So, but both of them are the same way. There's a lot of us, dude. We all think the same. We've been doing the same thing for so long, and
but that's kind of weird. You're overly concerned about what somebody thinks about you. That's like somebody who's a closet racist. It's almost it's like I'm gonna hide how I really feel. I'm not gonna tell you guys what I really think of you. Yeah, I think all you women are whores, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to love on you, and I'm going to give you the impression that I think you're the best thing that God ever gave us.
Well, you know what's even crazier is I don't think they actually. How can I put this? I had a couple friends on here, not any of them though, and they would sit here and have the same conversation with me, and they would say they believe in true love and all that kind of stuff too, though, right? Mm-hmm. But then they would never practice anything they said. They did the same shit I did outside of the pod. So I think they wanted to think that way. But this is another thing too. I would never talk like this if I was still married. I would never be talking like this on the podcast if I was still married, even though I still thought like this. The thing is I hid all of that. This is what I really believe. I don't believe I see this. So I can't just say I believe. I see how guys move. So a lot of us believe this way, but we don't. We're trying to smash. So we're not going to tell these girls this. We're going to tell them something completely different. We're going to listen to all their bullshit. We're going to hear them out. We're going to hear all this shit. Once we smash, we give them more of our opinion, because if we smash, they're pretty much in our pocket a little bit, and we can tell them how. We don't tell them truly how we feel though. How and what we do, how we act, how we move. But I mean, a lot of us do this, and I think a lot of guys are so used to hiding that about themselves that I think they really want to believe what they're saying. But the thing is, though, aren't you who you are if you're practicing that way? In reality, you are.
How does it benefit anybody to hide who you are?
Well, I think a lot of guys hide who they are. The guys I know, I'm going to say this. A lot of guys I know, our generation has been with a lot of women. That was like all we did from growing up to, and I remember in elementary school on, we have been chasing women. I want the next, I want the next, I want the next, I want the next.
I mean, that's what we were taught. We literally were taught.
I feel like we were, yeah.
No, we were for sure.
Yeah, so I think that since we did that for so long, it was hard to break that cycle. Like, it was hard. After I got divorced and I was with another girl for a while, and after I ended that one, I noticed that I didn't give a shit anymore. I didn't care what people thought. I didn't care what thought about me. I didn't care what I said. And then when I got the podcast, I even felt like, why not just tell the truth? What am I hiding anything from? Like this is like, why not just say exactly how I think?
But who wants to live like that to where?
Well, I think most people do.
That's kind of crazy. Like I've been in situations where I didn't leave a relationship when I should have because of how I was feeling. I didn't express how I was feeling.
Okay.
That was kind of
okay. Put it like this though. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had more than one girl you were fucking with?
Yeah.
Okay. You never told all those girls that you were fucking with all of them. Maybe there's some as you got older, but there's times that you didn't tell all the girls that you were fucking
I
with.
think the only time that happened, that aspect, was not that I'm proud of it, was when I was with my first wife and I was cheating on her. I didn't tell her shit that was going on.
Okay.
So in that aspect, no, I didn't. But
okay, so let's just say that's to me, that's the same shit. Like I've done that so many times.
I disagree.
Well, look at it like this: you're hiding your life. You're hiding who you are. That's who you are. If you really think about it, you can't say that's not who you are.
To say that it's the same thing, and okay, let's put it out there like this. You view, not saying you, but you view all women as whores, as hoes.
I don't view all women as whores, though.
Well, that's how it was projected out there.
Yeah, but I don't view all women as whores.
Okay, so we can clear it up. Y'all hear that, right? He just cleared it up. Not all women.
Most women, though. No, hold on. Most women in the Western world, the United States, most of these girls out here are whores, ratchets, running around. That's true. That's what I think, but not all of them. There's good girls out there. It's just rare to find. Now, go ahead.
Comparing those two is like a compare and contrast. They're very different. Yes, men and women have a tendency to go out there and cheat, for sure.
So you're hiding who you are when you do that.
No. Because you did something, yes, you did it, you can be considered a cheater. You can. If you lied about something, you can be considered a liar. If that's not you doing that on a consistent basis, you're not a liar. Situational. You did what you did in that moment or whatever it was. It's not okay. It doesn't make it right. But it doesn't make you. If you lie, if I lied to you right now about what I did, and I was like, damn, I kind of fucked up. I lied about it. Yes, I lied, but am I a liar? No. That's not my life. That's not who I am. It's something that I did. Yes, I might have cheated, but I'm not a cheater.
You see, I look at it differently, though. So when I switched up who I am, I guess on that end, I started thinking, okay, I'm not a liar. I didn't look at myself as a liar. I always told the truth to everybody, right? Except for women. I would lie to them where I was at, if I was being with another girl, anything I was doing that was shady with another woman, just with always, it had to just do with that, right? I would lie about it. So when I got divorced and I didn't figure it out, man, I don't got to lie anymore. I don't got to cheat. I could do whatever I want. Why even go back to that life where I could just be straight up? So, but I looked at it as, damn, I was a fucking liar. I was a liar and a cheat. That's how I looked at it. So I really do look at it as that's who you are. Mm-hmm. So I did see that as, I wouldn't lie to my friends or anything.
That's something that you did consistently. That's what you were doing consistently. So yeah, in that case, that's what you were. That's who you were. In that case, yes, for sure.
But if you're still out there cheating and lying, you're living your life.
That's your character.
That's you living your life. But I'm not doing that now. And what I'm saying is, a lot of guys do just keep continuing to do that. I know a lot of my friends, they have multiple girls and they don't tell the girls about each other. They hook up with other girls, maybe try to hook up with other girls, whatever the case is. They have multiple women. So if that's the case, like I look at that as you are a liar. I was telling one of my friends, I was like, look.
So if you deal with a woman who don't want to know what you're doing, she just want to deal with you, and you don't tell her, are you lying?
I'm like, I wouldn't look at that as lying. It's just but if you're still being upfront, like, hey, like if somebody calls me, like, let's just say this, because you're gonna get in predicaments. What if a girl calls you when you're with that girl? Are you trying to hide your phone? There's a million things that's gonna go on. So if you're hiding shit, like you're hiding stuff, and it's gonna happen, right? Then I think that you are. Now I look at it like this. I think ever since I stopped that, dude, it's the biggest freedom I've ever had. I feel so good. I used to have like this feeling like in the back of me, like it was almost like you're dragging something. And ever since I got like rid of all of that shit and didn't care about what anybody thought, and I thought like I'm just gonna tell the truth now, dude. I was telling one of my buddies, and he was listening. He was thinking the same way you are though. Like, dude, what the heck? Like he just didn't, But then I was explaining to him. He was kind of looking at me like, damn. I was like, dude, I don't think you understand how liberating it actually feels to not hide anything anymore.
I felt like you were kind of under somebody's thumb, which is why you feel like you couldn't be who you were.
I was never under somebody's thumb like how you think on that end, because I was still being with all kinds of women. So, I mean, I really wasn't.
But you feel like you couldn't be who you were, and it's really expressive. Now you're more vocal, more vulgar.
No, I was always vulgar and vocal. I just wasn't telling her I was cheating on her. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing if you really think about it. So, And to me, that's wrong. Now I look at that as wrong. I look at that if you're gonna have a girlfriend that you're committed to, I don't think you should cheat on them at all, or don't commit to them. Just be straight out. I'm not gonna commit to you.
But could you commit to a whore?
No, that's the whole thing. I would never. Hell no, man.
Hold on, look it. Let's ask some. It's a couple of questions in here. Hold on.
All right.
St. John said, "Let's go." Okay, we got the number. If anybody want to call in, Shell, what's that? Shell and Miko says, "Yes, I'm very interested in how he feels about daughters."
Who's this person asking that?
Shell.
Shell?
Yes.
I have a daughter, so my job is to raise her right, and if I have to make somebody disappear that's dating her, I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just looking at it as I'm very close with my kids. I'm very close with my daughter. I'm very close with my son. So I'm trying to raise them right. I'm trying to raise them under biblical standards. I'm not the typical. You guys can see the way I talk. I'm not typical on that, but I am doing my job to raise them that way. So I'm making sure that I do that with them and I do that for them. I want them to be raised right. So I don't look at it like that, but it's hard because the Western world, I mean, we're known as that kind of, and like Europe area, like certain parts of Europe, we're known as the girls with the biggest whores, and they make fun of it.
With the next one, we're talking about things we give to our daughters and whatever, and she asked, "Are you instilling that into your daughter, into her mind,
like what
about the whores?"
What do you mean though? Instilling what part of it?
The aspect of being a whore, about saying what's what about the things how you view the women.
I'm not saying the word whore around her. She doesn't even know what that is. I'll even be honest. She doesn't know what that is. But I'm telling her, I'm not even saying the word promiscuous. I'm saying that you're supposed to be married before. I'm not even really getting into that as hardcore. Like I really think that you should like raise them in the way that the Bible says. And it's worked because I mean even spare the rod, spare the child. I don't have to really punish my kids anymore. They're just very well behaved kids now.
Around you.
Yeah, no, they are. Everybody tells me that. Like even when they go other places, all that. They're just very well behaved kids. They're very good kids, and I think that and still as crazy as you see that I am, which I don't think I'm that crazy. I know it sounds crazy, a lot of stuff that you think I'm saying, but I'm just saying that stuff that a lot of men are thinking, they're just not going to say out loud to a woman. And the reason why they're not going to say it out to a woman is because they want to fuck you. So they're not going to say shit like I'm saying because it'll stop it or it'll make them think something different of you. But I don't give a fuck.
I've gotten a different version of that. I've been honest about a lot of shit.
Now they want to fuck you more.
It happens in an aspect when you.
Hey, bro.
It's one of those things. Like literally, when you give somebody an option to choose, and you tell them this is what this is, and you give them the option to choose, your outcome is very much so different.
Well, you know why too? Because girls are retarded, number one, but because either this, it turns them on, or a good girl looks at it as, oh, I can change him. Right? Or a girl that, you know what the problem is too? A lot of whores think they're good girls.
I'm curious to know, how do you know so much about these women?
Dude, I was running through these girls. Like literally running through them. Like it was a sport. It was so crazy, dude.
So I'm going to read some more of those, but I got a text. I can't say who the message is from.
Okay.
But they're watching for sure. It says, and just so he knows, whores read the Bible. And it's very much possible that you could be raising a whore already.
Demons believe in God too. What does that matter? Demons believe in God. So
it's basically with you having your daughter read the Bible,
mm-hmm.
and then even with the comment here that Shell said, she said, you can try all you want, but your daughter can still go another route. God forbid you have no control over who she becomes.
That's what whores say. I'm telling you right now, you raise your kids right, they're not gonna. They'll always end up going back to God. So I'm looking at.
I use this as an example. I won't even say my daughter. I have 3 kids. I have 3, and my kids were raised with respect. My children were raised with everything that I did not have and more. They got it for sure. Parents in the household, yeah, they saw shit they shouldn't have seen, but they got everything they're supposed to have. The tools to get out there and be successful, they have it. My son is 19, and I love my kid. I love my son, but right now he doesn't want to do anything. I gave him everything. I can't, he's grown now. He's 19. He's about to be 20.
Yeah.
He'll be 20 next month. He made his decision on what he wants to do.
Yeah.
So, and he was raised in the church. My dad's a pastor. I come from a long line of pastors. So no matter what we put into our children, no matter how much time we say, you know what, I want to make sure my kids have this, my kids have the best, whatever, they still gonna make their own decisions. We can't pick their friends.
The only thing is that, because a lot of people say this kind of stuff, okay? And this is my thought process on it. Because it's like, okay, then we go, okay, even with this same subject that comes up, they go, okay, where's a good place to meet somebody? And you say church when they're out in the club all the time, right? And so, and you're like, well, there's all kinds of whores in the church. So it's like
the club is the best place to meet somebody.
Okay, so yeah, exactly. So my thing is this: it's like, okay, so what's the alternative then? Don't read the Bible with them. Don't go to church. Like what? So you're gonna tell me you have a higher chance of meeting a good girl or a good man in the club, or you got a higher chance of meeting somebody that's not in the church? It's like, what are you trying to say? Like, that is, to me, that's so ridiculous. When people try to throw that out there, it's like, what's the alternative? So you're trying to tell me don't go to the gym. Don't try to meet a good girl at the gym. Don't try to meet a good girl at church. Let's go meet him in the club. Let's go meet him at the bar. Like, what? Like, dude, like you guys are just always just saying dumbass shit. Like, dude, we gotten that so many times.
But that's what they're saying about you. That you're always saying dumbass shit.
Yeah, but you're still sucking dick, so you're the whore. So how about that? How many dicks have been in your mouth?
So if you're eating pussy, does that make you a whore?
No, it makes me a player.
Somebody asked what your body count is. What's your body count?
I got no fucking idea. It's high as fuck.
Oh my gosh!
I'm sure yours is too.
I don't think mine is near yours.
Right.
My college days.
I remember going to the club with you.
Earlier, and I'm getting set up, and I'm seeing the students outside. Now, mind you, it's a middle school, so these kids are no older than what, 13, maybe 13 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Middle school. That's probably the oldest there are in middle school. And I look to my left, and they're hugged up like they're grown, up on a pole and hugged up. I'm like, there's no way at 11 and 12 years old you should be hugged up like you out somewhere fucking somebody.
Dude, I know. But you know what's crazy? And I'm just thinking I'm blessed with the good kids because, dude, when they show like kissing scenes, it doesn't even have to be a kissing scene. It could be like a romantic scene on TV. Both my kids get embarrassed and they close their eyes. They don't even want to see it.
You know what I found
and
out?
It's just like a regular like holding hands. It's weird, but my kids are so innocent, dude. The way they view things and see things, they're so innocent. And I know that's not gonna last forever. But my son's 16 and my daughter's 12, so they're pretty big enough to be not doing that.
You know what I found out recently? In me giving my children everything that I thought I was doing right, paying attention to them, spending time with them, giving them the tools, talking to them, conversations, all the things like that. I feel like after hearing what I was hearing from my daughter, I felt like I was a shitty father. My daughter was talking to me, and this is recently. They were drinking our alcohol that I had in the household at 14 years old.
Oh, shit.
And they weren't raised in that manner.
Mm-hmm.
They were taught well on everything.
But you know what too is they even though you think you're not raising them like that, they're seeing what you're doing and then they want to jump in that too. So I noticed that too. That's why around them.
So have your children ever seen you drink?
No, they've seen the one time they've seen me that I drank and
Mm-hmm.
I went to go pick them up and I was drinking and they could tell and they were all pissed. That was a huge deal, right? No, my kids don't see me drink. They don't see me the guy that I am. They don't see me do any of that shit.
So when you go out to BJ's or Yard House, whatever, you don't have a beer or nothing.
Not with them, no. I haven't done that with them even when I was married with my wife at the time. I didn't even do it then.
With your wife or
yeah, when I was married, ex-wife now.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, so when I was married, I didn't drink in front of them. I didn't like to do that stuff. So I don't want them to see that because then they're gonna think it's okay for them to do. Because even then, like, oh, I want to be cool like my dad or something. You know what I mean? They just kids get those ideas. So I just but it was even more so when I got divorced. I only have them 50% of the time, and it wasn't a problem for me not to drink in front of them. It was actually pretty easy. It's only 50% of the time. You know, I don't have to drink.
Yes, sir.
So is it hard for you to maintain it? Like I said, it's seemingly almost, we don't know how our children are going to come out no matter what we give them. We just don't. We don't know which route they're going to take. We don't know if, because they've never seen you drink, that they're going to try alcohol. that doesn't mean that they're going to be the best thing ever when they hit 18 and 19 years old.
No, I understand that. I know that I'm going to be. If anybody's going to give me problems, it's going to be my daughter.
You think so?
Oh yeah, she's. I mean, she's just wild like I am, but like she's not. She. I mean, she's still a good girl. She's just hyperactive, and so I think she'd be the one giving me a problem. My son, he's. The thing is, they don't understand bad like we do. They don't see that. They don't. I don't bring them around that kind of stuff, so they don't see all that badness. And
yeah, they do.
You
think
really,
they don't?
No, not really. The schools they go to are the nerdiest schools too.
Do you know how much is out there on the internet?
Yeah, no, I get that.
Do they have social media?
Yeah, they got but there's restrictions, but they're still going to see it. I get that. I was a kid too. I get that we're going to see things. I can't shelter them from everything. You know what I mean? So I understand that. But I think overall, they are being raised good. And even their mom's family, they have like really high values. So they're just a different kind of
Does their mother and you ideas of how to raise the children coincide?
Yeah, it does now. We're completely on the same page. That's the one thing I made sure when we weren't cool for like a whole year. But now that we're cool, we had an issue with my son, and so I made sure I told her, I said, hey, I'm sick of this shit. He's doing bad. We need to get our shit together and be cool with each other so we can raise these kids right. And she actually like buckled down and said, okay. Like, because she knew she was being hard-headed and not because I wouldn't deal with her because she would just try to talk shit every time we communicated whatsoever. But now the last few years, it's been on point, dude. Like we both raised them. We know what we want to do with them. So we're raising them, and then her family already has high values. So I know they don't see shit over there because that's just how it's been ever since.
But the way that you break it down and kind of explain it, it gives the notion that it's not logical how you look at it. And I'll say it like this, because yes, even though they all have high values, a lot of these people are our family members are insane and they have high values, but
I get what
trash.
I get what you're saying, but I was around them for years and I seen how they acted. Now I'm not going to say everybody's perfect. We all know that. But overall, like I said, the overall things that they see are pretty much, I think it's good than what most people see.
I just want you to open up your eyes a little bit.
Bro, I grew up in a meth house. I know exactly what it's like to grow up and see crazy shit.
I got 7 uncles. Out of all 7 of my uncles, they all love me. My mom trusted every last one of them with me. You know what my uncles were doing? One of my uncles was a pimp. He was taking me out there on the stroll with him. Another of my uncles was an alcoholic. 14 years old, he had me drinking. So these are things that my uncles were doing that my mom trusted them, and they all had high values. They all had money, all had their houses, everything. But it's one of those things where despite what you see, somebody asked me the other day, like, I don't know you now. No, you don't know me now. This is a version of me that has evolved. I'm not the same person you knew last year. I've been through a lot in the last 12 months. I'm not the same person.
Yeah.
So even though you might know me, you don't know me. You don't know the character of a person when you're not around them. You don't know how people are. Yeah, they might be nice around you. They're going to be high. They're going to high-five you. They're going to speak. They're going to do all that. But when they're not in your presence, it might be a whole different person. You ever seen somebody that you know very well and you see them out of the club like, who the hell is that? Who am I looking at?
Dude, I'm. If anybody's going to know that shit, it's going to be me. I grew up fucked up, bro. like I seen so much shit I shouldn't have seen. So, I'm not saying it in that way. I know that they are going to see things that I can't shelter them from. But how they react to it is going to, I watch them all the time. How they react to things it shows me a lot. So I see when things come at them or weird things being thrown at them.
I don't, because when my daughter had that talk with me and was breaking down to me the stuff that she was doing, I would watch my daughter. I'm very observant. But some signs, I miss so many signs. I'm like, what?
You know what, though? Ever since I got divorced, when I got divorced, I noticed a lot of things I just changed on how I was, because I think I was thinking so much about our relationship, me and my ex, that it was like I was watching them and I was really close to my kids, but nothing like I am now, because after that I pay attention to everything, dude. Me and my kids, we do everything together. So I'm very observant. I'm not gonna be naive. I don't.
Do you think that you
I'll
can
be
miss
honest
things?
with you. I can't. We all can. But I think I'm never going to be naive when it comes to certain things. That's just not how I am. I pay attention. Like
I don't think
instead
anybody
of-
wakes up and say, "Hey, I want to be naive today."
Well, what I'm saying is I pay attention though. So I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, I didn't see you do that." Like when I see something happen, I'm notice. I don't care who that person is. If I see them do something, I'm noticing what the fuck is going on there. Like I'm gonna notice.
I think we all have naive moments, and it can hit us in unexpected times for sure. To say that I'm not a naive person, you may not be a naive person, but there's gonna be moments that you can have a naive moment, and you're like, "Oh, that wouldn't happen."
Well, yeah. I mean, nobody's perfect, but what I'm saying is, how my life is, I can't afford to be naive. I can't afford to watch over something and just like shine it on, because that like a lot of little things can like take everything away from me. So I'm just that person anyways. And I think I was that. But the reason why I have my business is because that's how I was, and I figured things out to get my business started in the first place. So I pay attention to a lot of things. But I know that I can't watch everything that they do 24/7, 7 days a week. I don't have them 50% of the time. They go to school. There's always shit that they're gonna see. There's no way around that. But my job is, as a father, while I have them, is to try to raise them the best possible way that I can.
So I'm curious with your son. You said 16, right? With your son being 16 and the way that you view a lot of women. I won't say all women, a lot of women. Do you give your son some of that same aspect and a taste of how you view these women?
Yeah, I do.
Why is that?
I know what's gonna end up happening. He's a good boy, so I think most dudes at some point get their heart broken. That's like majority of guys at some. Usually it's the first love they have. They usually they get their heart broken. So and he has a good heart. He's a good boy. So I'm looking at him like, dang man, some girl's gonna probably break him at some point, especially with the way these girls are now. You know what I mean? So I don't be so explicit like the way I am with you guys on here, but I let him know to be careful, and that someday a woman will probably break your heart. You got to be ready. You got to be prepared for that. Like you got to understand that that's a huge possibility. Like make sure you pay attention to things. Make sure that you see things. Like don't be naive. Don't be so in love that you don't notice things, that you don't see them doing shady stuff.
Your thought process and where you got to where you at has been carved into you over time. The hurt, the things you've experienced, things you've seen, the things you watch other women do. So your mindset is because of what you've personally had to experience.
Not just me personally, people around me.
And everything you've seen. But that's all part of your personal experience. Things you have to see, things that you've witnessed, things of that nature.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair. It's right for you to teach your son what needs to be taught. But to try to give him that mindset you have because of what you've seen, he may not ever seen half the shit you've seen. Or even experience it.
I'm hoping he doesn't.
He may not ever. He might have a completely different life.
I'm hoping he does. That's what I'm hoping for. But I'm still gonna. But it's like saying I'm gonna send this kid out to war. I'm not gonna let him know what could happen out there. I'm still gonna let him know. I'm not gonna let him know explicitly like I do with you guys. But I'm letting him know these are possibilities. These are people you're dealing with. Prepare yourself. If it doesn't happen, cool. If he meets a good girl and he gets married and everything's cool right away, like I'm hoping that's what happens with them. So, but I'm still going to prepare him. I'm not going to just send him out blind. I'm not going to do that.
Our children can give us stuff that, like, for instance, my daughter's 23. My daughter is half black. Well, shit, she's a little bit more white, but she's mixed. She's very mixed, white and black and some other shit, whatever. I had no idea how pro-black my daughter was. I've never been a pro-black person. Yes, I love everything about my culture. I personally love all of my culture. But I was never this pro-black person. My daughter is against cultural appropriation. She's against a lot of different things.
Oh shit!
That like she don't care for, because she braids hair. She does all those different things. She doesn't care for people trying to invade the culture as if it's theirs.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know any of it.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this shit.
How old is she?
She's 23.
That makes sense.
She loves everybody.
Yeah.
She has friends of every nationality.
But
there's a disrespect that's there in how she looks at it. There's certain levels of disrespect. She's like, that's not okay. You shouldn't be doing that. And she's vocal about it. I was never that person.
There's a lot of people on social media that's doing that right now. That's like a thing right now.
But no, she's been this way for a while in high school. And I'm just like, it's from.
What do you think about that?
I mean, to each his own. I mean, there were some things I do feel like is disrespectful to cultures in general. Mm-hmm. There are certain things that Hispanics have in their culture that I feel like should be protected. Certain things that blacks have in their culture I feel like should be protected. And that's all the way across the board. But what I do believe, and this is just me, I feel like the culture, the black culture, my culture that I am a part of is very influential in a lot of things that we do throughout our everyday lives. Everything that we do and how we maneuver and how we move, the jingles and the ads and all the stuff that happens, it comes from and it derives from the African descent. The music, the drums, the patterns, everything does. And it just goes from there. I mean, but it's all there for everybody to be able to enjoy for sure. Just respect what it is, and that's that. That's how I feel about it. I mean, I don't get mad at nobody. Like, my daughter got mad at this white girl who had braids because she didn't get mad at her for having braids. She got mad because the white girl asked her to do her hair in braids. She's like, I'm not braiding your hair. And I'm like, it's money. It's like, no, it's cultural appropriation. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. And I'm just looking like, what?
They've been showing a lot of that exact thing. They've been showing on social media a lot. And they're going back and forth because they're trying to say the Vikings were the first people to braid their hair. They're trying to say, I'm like, natives and all this shit. I'm like, man, who cares? Who cares? We don't even know because it could have been.
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
It says lies. The Charlie Kirk episode says otherwise. What did we miss? What happened on the Charlie Kirk episode we had? What did you say that you would be lying now?
What?
Michelle, can you
Who's Michelle?
Can you No, wait. No, that's Mindful Journey. My bad. Mindful Journey said lies. Mindful Journey, can you give me an update on what you're referring to and what someone said about the Charlie Kirk episode? Was it me or was it Jacob? I need to know. Nod to you being pro-black. Me speaking on Charlie Kirk has nothing to do with me saying that I'm pro-black or not pro-black. I never spoke and said I was pro-black. What I said was Charlie Kirk said a lot of things that were racist in my opinion. That's not being pro-black. That's me speaking on the aspect of what I don't like about somebody's mentality and when and the words they spew out towards another culture. I don't like it at all. You can speak negative about a white person and I'm not going to like it. You can speak negative about it. I don't like it at all. So the things that I heard that Charlie Kirk say personally that I heard is why I spoke on what I said. But I've never really been a pro-black individual. Yes, I love black love. I love everything about my culture. But I'm not the person that's standing up and is preaching in that aspect of it all. And there's nothing wrong with it, but that's just not my get down.
I never really care. So I'm part white, Mexican, native. I know I was telling you guys all that. And the thing is I'm not pro-Mexican, pro-white, none of that kind of shit. I seen both sides, and both sides rejected me because I wasn't Mexican enough and I wasn't white enough. Like I went to, and that's legit. I went to a white school in Diamond Bar, white kids, they hated me because I was brown. Then my mom would move, and I would go to another school in Covina or Azusa, all Mexicans. Mexicans hated me because I wasn't Mexican enough.
This is why right here, why a lot of people don't really speak up and speak their mind about things, because I made whatever comment I made in regard to the Charlie Kirk episode and what I seen with Charlie Kirk. 'Cause I did feel like Charlie Kirk was a bit of a racist. That's how I felt. And that's my opinion on the matter. I don't get mad at nobody who feels different about that at all. But me being able to speak my mind and say what I would say, I have to be labeled as pro-black because I'm speaking my mind on whatever the case is or what I seen. And I think that's an unfair statement and an unfair assessment, because you can say that you don't like something that somebody did or said, but it shouldn't put that jacket on you. And I really think that's kind of an unfair assessment in my personal opinion. And I know it might be a joke and you might be taking it, just having fun with it. But I don't think my comment gave that I'm pro-black. And like I said, I love my culture. I ride with it. But what most don't know is I'm a third white, Scottish. That's partly what I am. I don't hate anybody.
This might be something good to get into. So like, I've been watching a lot of stuff on social media, and I've been noticing too. Like I didn't know this. This is all newer to me. So correct me if I'm wrong. But a lot of so this is the whole thing when it comes to this, right? It says that the Democrats cater more to blacks than anything, right? They want the black vote. And I've been noticed, and I didn't notice that. I didn't pay attention to that shit. I didn't care about politics, none of that kind of shit, right? And I guess because of all the shit that happened, a lot of the black vote went to Trump. A lot of them went to Trump on this one. Mm-hmm. And I guess what they try to do is they try to, and this is a thing too, and I agree with this, because just because I'm Mexican, I have a lot of Mexican family members and stuff. This whole ICE thing.
You would have to have family members that are Mexican if you're Mexican.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, though. I'm saying is the whole ICE thing, when they talk shit about that, like, people don't like my say on it because I'm like, people are going to hate me right now, but I'm like, fucking, if they're here illegally, take them. Like, I'm not saying it's sad to see breaking up families and all that kind of shit. I'm not saying that's not sad. I'm not saying any of that. So when I'm saying that, you guys can take it how you want. You guys are going to be talking shit, whatever the case is. But I look at it as, if they're here illegally, they've been warned for a long time about that. And my main stance on this, because I don't care about politics, dude, but I own a business. And all the trades, from plumbing to electrical to mechanics to all of that, have been crazy affected by the immigrants coming in from Mexico. We got Jose down the street doing a job that should be charged like $1,500 doing it for $50. We have overhead. They don't have a business license. They don't have insurance. They don't have anything that they're supposed to have legally. Supposed to have EPA licenses, all the stuff that I have.
You know my take on that, in what you're speaking to right now. And one thing I will say about the Hispanic culture, about the Mexicans, is that majority of them aren't lazy. They'll get out there and work. They'll get out there and do what they do make.
The new ones are now.
To make.
I'll tell you that in a minute, but go ahead.
I said the new ones.
Hey, the newest. I don't know what's going on with the Paisas.
That culture. And I watched some of my Mexican friends growing up, and their parents made them get up and go do what they had to do. You don't get to be lazy. You don't get to sit around and just do nothing. When your shit is done, then you can sit around.
Yeah.
But majority of them just aren't lazy, and that's just what it was. Now it might be a different story. Now I mean,
it is different.
We have an entirely lazy culture now. The culture within itself is just pure lazy right now.
But my thing is, I'm not sticking up for people. Look at it, and you're going to trip out. I have a lot of Hispanics that are their family members are from Mexico, or they're from Mexico. Like I have a guy that comes in here. Both of his parents are from Mexico. He has a huge accent. He's from here, but all his family, they're all mixed up from Mexico. Some of them are not. Even his family that are from Mexico, they're legal here, and they're like, hey, they didn't take the necessary steps to be legal here. They were warned. They should have gotten it taken care of. So they're here illegally. We can't do this shit anywhere else. In other countries, they'll take us out. They'll remove us immediately. Why is it allowed here?
So let me ask you this. With that, not to cut you off. Sorry for being rude. I apologize. With that, Trump is going after immigrants, illegals, correct?
Yeah.
Primarily who he's going after are the Mexicans.
Yeah.
Seemingly that's what it is. You know how many legal white folks are here that are immigrants?
You know, Asians is crazy right now.
And that's another one too. And that's perfectly that's another example.
No, they're not even talking about that. That's a huge thing right now. More than anything. The biggest problems with this right now is Asians, the Chinese, and the Mexicans. Now I'll tell you why. I can give you I know I'll let you get back into that. This whole street, up and down the street, my shop, like these shops, almost all of them have been bought up by the Chinese. The Chinese are buying them up, and they're charging $20,000 a month now to rent these places out. They're buying them up and down the street, dude. I go down the street right here. There's a whole parking lot of all these restaurants. The Chinese own the whole parking lot, every restaurant that's in there, and they're all multicultural restaurants. Mexican restaurant, Japanese restaurant, a Chinese restaurant. They're all different, and they own the whole thing. Dude, I'm telling you right now, and that's not even being talked about. They should be going after them. Why are they even allowed to buy property on our soil when we're not allowed to go over to China and buy property?
But I think the bigger internal issue, and that is a blow to the entire structure, is that there's a lot of illegal immigrants here that are white. Mm-hmm. There's no discussion on it. There's no conversation. There's nothing. There's no ice knocking on anybody's doors of that nature at all.
No, I get that. I understand it, and I agree. But my thing is this. I'm not worried about Billy down the street taking my work. I'm worried about Jose, because he's literally sitting on the corner in a truck with no permits, no licenses, no nothing.
So you know what I'll say to that?
They're taking all kinds of our work right now.
I'll say fuck the work. The livelihood and the respect of a human being is where I'm at with it. Fuck the work, fuck the business, fuck all of that. I'm talking about the livelihood and the decency of humanity. I'm speaking about a person's life. I'm speaking about, because at the end of the day, we're all human. We all put our shoes on one foot at a time. We put our pants in our leg, in each pants leg, one at a fucking time. The respect for humanity within itself is not there anymore. The way that they treat these other cultures, the way that Mexicans are treated, the way that certain people are treated, when other cultures do the exact same thing, there's like I said a minute ago, there were so many white immigrants here that are here illegally, and there's no discussion.
Well, yeah, they should be going. The Chinese, same thing with the Chinese. The biggest problems are the Mexicans and the Chinese right now.
But it's not really a problem until it's a problem.
It is for business owners. It is.
You know why it's a bit of a problem for the business owners sometimes, and not in your
case.
It's
a major problem for
me. And it's for you. It probably is. 'Cause I'm not in your industry.
Contractors, everything.
But it's a lot of times, us as businessmen, we don't want to put the required work in to get where we got to get to. Now, I get what you're saying about the undercutting. It's an issue in any business.
Oh, big time.
It is for sure. But certain people are willing to get up and go do the fucking work.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing that. Think of it like this. I'm doing that regardless. And they've been doing this for a long time. But when they started letting millions through the border, it got so bad. It was way worse than it ever was. The thing is I didn't even care. I still had to do my thing. It's like, whatever. I still got to do what I got to do. I still got to get the work in and all that stuff. But when Trump started going after them, taking them back, I wasn't like against it. I was like, for sure, like, give me my work back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm paying so much on EPA licenses, insurance, the building, all business license, everything you got to have in order to stay in business. I'm paying for all that. They ain't paying for shit. They're not getting shit done. They have nothing, and they're over here taking our work. Now, I'm not one to complain. I still go out and try to get my work from other customers. I just deal with it, but I still got to deal with that, right? But am I going to be complaining? I mean, am I going to be like, don't take them, please don't do that? Like, no, I know what's going on in real life. All the construction workers, all the plumbers, all the people that make the world go round, they all are feeling the same thing. They all have to deal with that. And it's like they don't talk about that shit though.
But people aren't even going to apply for these jobs. The jobs are open and empty.
Yeah, because what do you mean? Like for what? Because the thing is, a lot of these guys are just doing side jobs. A lot of the immigrants are doing side jobs. They're taking away work.
I don't know. I need proof of numbers on that, to be honest. Because,
dude,
because a lot of these jobs, these companies that are hiring, I know people right now is like, I'm not going to be a plumber. I'm not doing that type of work. People are really like that.
Oh yeah.
So the jobs have to be filled. So if you're going to fill it with whoever case it might be, then do what you do.
Oh hell no. I don't look at that at all like that. Yeah, those guys. There's a lot of guys that don't want to do it, but I look at it like this: when let's say they take a lot of these guys back, right? They just take them a lot back. Now there's not a lot of trade work anymore. They're gonna pay higher for these trade workers to come in and start working, and people are gonna start learning. They're gonna start making a lot of money. The reason why it's so low, it's actually getting higher now, though. But it'll even be higher. Mechanics are getting paid almost $50 an hour now. That's unheard of, dude. It's because it's so hard to find technicians.
They're investing into the wrong businesses. These people in the higher ups in the government and people in different places are investing into the wrong businesses, sex trafficking and prostitution and things of that nature. They're investing money into that type of shit, but they won't put money back into what is really needed.
Yeah, I know. I see all that, dude. And I've been seeing it for years. I've had this business 10 years. I've been seeing it for years. So I look at it as, when I saw that, I'm like,
the horse through here?
Yeah, them too.
They're putting the money in the wrong place, and it really sucks.
But I don't disagree with them taking these guys back, dude, at all. The thing is, they shouldn't have let all of them in. So when we had Biden as president, they shouldn't even let those guys off. The thing is, I have a friend that works Border Patrol. My friend Jose, he works Border Patrol. Oh, shit, I probably should his name, but whatever. There's a lot of Jose's, so you want to know anyways. But he worked Border Patrol, and he said that he used to have to like tackle dudes down. He was just arresting, and all of a sudden, Biden opened up the borders, and he says he literally watched millions walk through a day, not 100,000, millions a day. It was like 1 million something a day. Every single day, they were walking through. 1 million a day, bro.
I don't know.
That's not. No, you can literally look it up.
Those-
He worked Border Patrol. He's watching them. He had to stand there with his gear and watch them walk through.
Bro, to with your eyes to physically see 1 million.
But it was
people-
counted. It was even counted, and it's not just him.
No, I'm not saying it's
seeing
him,
it.
but even anybody to say that I feel like those numbers are slightly fabricated because you look at the population that we have, and to sit here and say that we were at the border working, and it was millions of people going through.
It was like 1 million. It was over 1 million a day. That's what it was.
I can't buy that. I can't buy somebody selling that. I just can't. That number seems highly
With somebody
fabricated.
watching, and then first off, the numbers have came in. Like those numbers came in. It was like 1 million every day for like I don't know how long. And then when he's working Border Patrol and he's watching these people walk in,
You do
every day.
know that the border is not that far away.
Yeah, I know.
And 1 million people come across a day just for a week straight. That's 7 days. That's 7 million people in a week. That's impossible. That number has to be fabricated. I don't care. It has to be fabricated. It has to be.
Dude, even going off statistics and off of my friend's eyes, I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
I still don't see any of these stats. I'd be wondering where the stats be coming from. I still have not seen any of these stats to know, what's what. But 7 million people to come across the border in 7 days is fucking insane.
And you know what's crazier? What's more insane is watching all these companies get work taken away from them because these guys are doing it side jobbing for free.
But for 7 million people to come in,
and guess what happened during that time? Last year, all the trade businesses weren't getting work. Mine was one of them because they're and it's proof. I had one of my customers. The driver was telling me that that they had this Spicer dude coming down to their location, just doing an illegal work, stuff that if they got caught doing, they would be sued because they're not supposed to even be welding stuff that's not supposed to be welded. It's supposed to be replaced, and they're welding steering wheels, columns, and shit like that.
Even with that, that's not really a Mexican problem, because as long as I've been a kid, we had side job Johnny that was doing side jobs outside of work all day long. You got when I used to work for the cable company, when I was working for Time Warner.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that these were Paisa dudes from Mexico.
No, but I'm saying like people complain and say that the Mexicans are doing all the side jobs and taking the jobs. No, people been doing side jobs for years. It is not just Mexicans doing side jobs.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it's just Mexican, but the amount of people now, the amount of them doing that is changed everything.
Bro, I got 2 people. I can't say who because I got 2 people in my family right now. One of them does AC units. Another one does garage doors. They work for reputable companies, big companies. They do side jobs all day long.
So do plumbers and all that shit. But what I'm saying is the amount of work taken away. Like plumbing companies were making so much more money. Now they're not because these guys are just coming out side jobbing plumbing jobs. There's always going to be side jobs. It's not like it's going to be completely taken away. I did side jobs when I was in this business and I was working for somebody. Everybody does that. But I'm talking about millions of people coming in here, taking our jobs, basically shutting down businesses.
I'm gonna say it again. That number is fabricated. I don't care.
I believe it because I believe that the number is real because all these businesses shut down.
But you also believe all women are whores.
Why are all these businesses shut down then? In 1 year after that happened, all these businesses around here gone, dude.
So
So
you don't think it's the economy?
pudding.
No. A lot of business shut down because of the economy, not because of that.
Why the economy? Why is the economy going that way? Because these people are taking away work.
No.
It's proven facts, dude. Like I'm watching it with my own eyes. And
so with the economy, let me try to make some sense of this real fast. With the economy, with what Trump did with the tariffs, that affected our economy. The goods not being able to come over in the way they were supposed to come over.
This was before Trump did anything with tariffs.
And even
this is before Trump was president.
Let's go back to that for sure. Let's back up before that. There were so many other areas that affected the economy. Shit should have shut down when the real estate market started tanking the way that it was tanking. Had nothing to do with Mexicans taking over jobs. Had nothing to do with anybody taking over jobs. The real estate market ain't got nothing to do with anybody coming here illegally at all.
Yeah, but that's you're talking about 2009. No, that's something completely different.
No, the real estate market was tanking just 2 years ago.
I'm talking about trades with the whole economy that went down with the trades.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about because all these immigrants are side jobbing, taking away work.
We're in a silent recession that no one's even talking about.
Yeah, I've been known.
And that has nothing to do with the Mexicans that are here.
We're starting to climb out. No, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It has big time to do with it, dude.
The recession of this country, of the United States, has everything to do with how they're running the country, not Mexicans being here.
And they ran the country by letting all these immigrants come in and still work. That's literally what it is, dude. That's a big, huge part of it. The tariffs didn't even start till way later. Businesses were already gone. Businesses were gone before Trump came into office again and even started the tariffs again.
So my business was affected. I own a barbershop. My business was affected financially
but
by the recession. And I cannot say one thing about a Mexican coming over and taking over my business.
Yeah, I'm not talking about barbershops. I'm talking about trades, though.
That is a trade.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about mechanics. I'm going to specifics on mechanics, plumbing, things like that. Now, but your industry was even started. A lot of stuff started happening with your industry way before that. It was a lot of people started in their because my ex-wife was in that. So a lot of these people, a lot of the barbers and hairstylists started getting their own like what is it, the one spot, the suite, because it was being affected. Something happened. I don't remember what it was.
No. What it boils down to, it is not just the industry I'm in.
Years ago.
But
that was
no, that shit is more recent than we think it is. Even with what you guys are dealing with, it's not about the Mexicans. It's not about the people who are here illegally. Literally, I'm telling you right now, our country is in shambles, and it's more shit doing with the government, how they're trying to do the funding and everything else.
For sure, that too. That's obvious.
That's a bigger problem than the immigrants that are here.
No,
that's a bigger problem.
The immigrants is still a huge problem. Massive problem, dude. Massive.
That's the picture they paint,
bro. Listen, I can literally break it down for you, and if it doesn't, you can't understand that. We got the China. Okay, let me just break it down.
If you can't show me,
can I break it down? No, I'm gonna break it down personally.
No,
okay.
But I'm gonna listen to you right now.
Okay, go.
But if you can't show me stats on what you're breaking down, I don't believe shit that's being said.
Okay, but then that goes like everybody else. How's everybody going to show you exact the government's not going to show you exact stats.
That's my point.
So how? But you're still not going to believe it then? Like, oh, it's just the government. Because you're going to tell me
the government's blaming it on the Mexicans. It's saying that they're the reason why we're at.
Okay, let me explain. I'm going to break it down to you. And the thing is, everybody in my industry thinks the same shit. All the owners do. The people working don't. The owners, the business owners, we see it firsthand. So you're going to tell me this, okay? My business. Let me just break it off on my business, dude. So we can go into our personal thing on that. A company down the street, ASAP, they're a shop just like mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Immigrants, Chinese, they've been there for 15 years. Chinese bought their shop, told them they got to pay $20,000 a month, or you guys got to go. They had to go, right? So immigrants went in there. They're not the only one. They bought a bunch of places up here. Okay, so then you got that happening. Okay, so the amount that we got to pay for the buildings now have skyrocketed because the Chinese are buying it up. There's one problem with immigrants. That's a humongous problem. To say that that's not a problem is ridiculous. It is a massive problem. All these businesses are disappearing because of that. Because of that alone. Now let's go to the Mexicans that came in here, right? Now, these guys come in, they're literally stealing work illegally. They don't have any business licenses, any NPA licenses, nothing. They have nothing. They can't go. They're not supposed to be going and doing any of that work. If they get caught, both companies, it's a $25,000 fine. They're still taking the chance. And these are massive companies that should not be doing this. On both ends, we are being hit from the property to rent out to the work coming in. That leaves us in the middle, trying to still get work. The only people that really give out work is the people that don't trust these guys because they still thrash a lot of their stuff because they don't got the right stuff to fix it.
So let me ask you a question to that. So they're coming in there buying up the property, is what you said, correct?
They are.
I'm going to go back to something that John said that we were speaking on with the Charlie Kirk episode. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, right or wrong?
Yeah.
So why is it?
But hold on. You wanted me to show you if you're going to go on that.
No. I'm going to say this. Watch.
But we're going specifically on you saying the immigrants aren't doing anything.
So no, look. I'm going to say this to that right there. With all of that, I'm pretty sure we've all had an opportunity to say, you know what? Let me stack some money. Let me buy this property because you might.
We're not. But we can't. We
how,
don't even
how many guys do you know? How many guys do you know that are pretty rich? That do investments, that invest in people and do certain things. Do you know anybody like that?
But nobody's going to buy these properties right now.
No, I'm just asking. Do you know anybody like that?
I know some people.
Because I guarantee you, let's say if it was me, if it was you, we got.
But that's still irrelevant.
No, watch this. We got me, you. We got my buddy Mark. We got two other people, and everybody puts in $15K because we all was able to save $15K. The same property that we say the immigrants are buying up, we can buy. So it eliminates that threat that we're saying is taking over. We can purchase it now.
But the thing is, the whole thing is the immigrant? You got to answer the question: are the immigrants, are they doing something that's hurting businesses? Are they? It's a yes or no.
Preventative measures. We buy it so they can't buy it.
But are they? Are they hurting businesses?
No,
they're not. That is crazy, bro.
I'm gonna tell you why I said that.
Crazy.
I'm gonna tell you why I said that. I'm gonna tell you why I said that.
Your alternative has nothing to do with what they're doing. They still are hurting businesses. Period. You could have a bunch of alternatives in the world. Still doesn't take away what these people are doing.
We're hurting our business.
And they're doing it illegally.
We, the business owners, we're hurting our business because we're so content with just running the business versus owning the business.
Dude, first off, these Chinese, the ones that are coming in here, they're filthy rich coming in from China buying the properties. They're filthy rich Chinese coming in here. I know a lot of this whole situation with the Chinese because I actually had a friend that owned part of another business with me, and she was the one telling me about this. They're coming in to buy up.
What I've noticed
we can't even compete, and they're buying cash.
But a lot of stuff that you say is he say, she say. There's no facts behind what's being said.
How? When they're buying them up.
Your friend, your friend told you. A, B,
but
and C.
they're buying them up. There's no friend now. The properties are owned by Chinese. So there's facts.
Because you know what it is, honestly, like I said, and it's more so a stab at us. Because we're the ones that's not getting on our asses and saying, you know what, we're going to make something change. Because if me and you really got serious and said we want to stack up $100K in the next 12 months, and we got serious about it, and said we know the steps to do it, and we're going to go buy whatever it is because we want to have a whole other facility where we're doing everything we got to do. We can do that.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but that's not what we were talking about. What we were talking about is are they affecting this? They are. 100% they're affecting this.
So all the owners around here are immigrants.
No, I didn't say that.
The ones that are buying the property are all immigrants.
That's even when you're saying that's still irrelevant. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they are buying up the properties.
The immigrants.
They are. The Chinese are buying up all these properties up and down the street right now.
But that's what I said. I said all the owners around here are immigrants.
No, I didn't say all the owners, though.
The ones that are buying the properties.
They started buying the properties up and down the street right here. That's what they're doing. They're buying land all over the place right now because of this. That's what they're doing. And then they're hiking up the rent so that these people can't have it, and then they just make them into warehouses. So that's literally what they're doing right now.
With that, and when I say it's more so not the immigrants, it's more so the government and how they run things. Because when a certain ethnicity gets to a certain level of power,
we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't go to China and buy property.
I don't want to go to China and buy property.
But I'm just telling you, we can't.
Don't want to.
It's illegal everywhere else.
But what I'm saying is, when certain people of ethnic backgrounds begin to get into power position, for instance, I'm gonna use Black Wall Street, for instance. Black Wall Street was ran, and it was nothing but a community of black folks. They owned all the businesses, they had banks, they had everything in the community. Matter of fact, where Central Park is, that was another place it was a whole city. Lake Lanier, it was a whole city. When people get to a certain level of power to be able to get things in position, it's torn down, it's destroyed to a certain level, to a certain degree. But my point that I'm trying to make is that if we really put our minds to something, we don't have to worry about immigrants or anybody else. Yes, they do come in and buy certain things. I can't deny that. But it's because we're lazy on how we want to do our job. We're content with certain things.
I am not disagreeing with you on that. But what I'm saying is they are doing that. And they are doing it.
Then why don't we do it?
And it's affecting everything.
If we do it, it won't affect anything.
The thing is you're trying to we can go into why, what, how, why a million times. What happened?
Hold on. What was that? Mano Flame said, no, wait, above that one. Shell said, I feel like he reports like the one magazine for the National Enquirer. No, go back down. Go back the other way. They called a reporter for the National Enquirer.
I don't watch that.
They give all the false information.
All right. Well, that's fine. You can think what you want because right off the bat, I'm seeing it firsthand. So if I wasn't watching it firsthand, I wouldn't give a shit. If it wasn't affecting me, I wouldn't care. But it is. It's not just affecting me. It's affecting all my customers around because of this situation. So you can say false information all you want, but I guarantee I'm making more money than most of you guys. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm not the only one. All these other business owners are dealing with the same shit that I deal business to business.
You know what I've
learned?
We're
dealing with the same shit, dude.
You know what I've learned in all of this?
You guys want to stay blind, stay blind. But I'm going to make moves regardless around it. But if you're going to ask me, if it's affecting it and you try to say it's not, it's bullshit. It's completely 100% affecting it.
I think my thing
Be
with
blind
this
though. I
type
don't
of-
care.
I think my thing with these type of conversations is either one of us could be wrong in what we're saying for sure, and either one of us can be right in what we're saying.
But how?
100% for
But,
sure.
but let me explain this. How can I be wrong when I'm telling you they bought property right here?
Do you know how?
And what do you mean they bought it cash?
No, I'm gonna tell you how you can be wrong, because just like my mouth's not a Bible, your mouth's not a Bible either. So with what we're saying and what I said earlier about I need facts, I need stats, I need things, because I can tell you all day long. I say right now, man, this dude went outside and bought 17 fucking.
Well,
Impala right now.
I don't give a shit if people believe me or not. They can kiss my ass. But what I'm saying is, it happened, and I'm watching it firsthand. I literally watched it with my own eyes. I'm dealing with the shop that I've known for years, and they're telling me, damn, they bought this up. They hiked it up 20,000, and now we had to move. And then I'm dealing with the guys down the street doing jobs half-ass, and then we actually end up having to fix their jobs, dealing with the customers, charging them full price. I deal with it the whole time. So at the end of the day, I don't really care what you guys think, because I know what I'm dealing with, and so do the other business owners. We all see the same shit. We all know. We all talk, but we know that. I'm not trying to be like a dick, but a lot of you motherfuckers are sheep. So you guys just go along with the little bullshit that everybody else is telling you. You guys can see this shit in front of your own eyes, and you guys will still be like, oh, I don't see shit. What the fuck? Like, you could literally see it in front of your own eyes.
But what I feel like the solution is to some of those issues.
But we can go around on solutions. You're dealing. The thing is being realistic is this. You are dealing with people paying cash for these properties. Cash. We're dealing with banks. You guys don't have to take my word for it, because I don't give a fuck what you think. But even the owner of this building right here, a bank's trying to buy this property for way more money. Way more money. He hasn't sold it because I've been here 10 years. So this building's not the only building. This is happening all over the place. We could say all this stuff, but we're competing with cash buyers, like right off the bat. So when we could say, oh, we should come together and do this, dude, these guys are buying everybody else out. You don't think people are coming around trying to buy these properties? They are. They're even buying some of these properties and renting them out to these bigger dogs. Like,
Have you ever had to raise up a certain amount of money in a short amount of time that you had to do and you did it?
I mean, I do it almost every week.
So the point to that is, yes, you can say that we weren't really talking about solutions, but if that's a problem, the only way you get rid of a problem is by beating the problem out. And if people are coming in and buying,
I completely understand that.
For instance, at one point, real estate market, I want to say in 2019, I think it was, right around that time in the real estate market, people were going around and they were buying houses, cashes, buying them out. Actually, 2017. I was looking for a house at the time, and every time I went to go try to get a house, somebody would come and bid a cash offer. So, of course, we got to find something else, because cash offer, cash rules. It is what it is. But you got to find a way to beat that problem, no matter what it is. And if your situation is that, the only way to beat that is ownership. That's how you got to go around it.
Yeah,
we can sit here all day long and blame the immigrants and say it's their fault. This is the reason at all.
Right off the bat.
But what are we doing about going and stepping into that realm of true ownership?
I already know that. I completely agree. All that shit. But maybe you do be able to do that right now as a possibility. It can't happen. I can't do that right now. I can't compete with the cash. Number one, even if I had that money, I still would have to compete with the cash. I still would have to compete with them on that end. That's why they keep winning on that end. So I would have to build up a bunch of money. But my whole thing is I'm trying to build up every business that I have. But we can go all day on that. But if I don't have the capital to do that right now, that's irrelevant. I can't do that right now. And these guys are still buying up property. So it's like, and the thing is people that are suggesting that, do they own their own shit? Do they own their property that they're on? Like let's see all this work out then. Because the thing is, I've been trying to buy this land that I'm on right now. I've been trying to buy it. I can't do it right now. It's too much money. But I can't do it.
I don't, to say are they on their own property would be more so if they were, and not that you're complaining, but if they were complaining about the situation they're in, then that would be a fair assessment, a question to ask them, like, okay, you're complaining about it, but what are you doing about it? You have complaints about what's happening, but what are we going to do about it?
I've only talked about this on the podcast because it's reality. And it's not like,
but more ears are hearing your complaint than ever.
Yeah, that's cool, and I'm cool with that. And I'm not. It doesn't bother me to see what you guys think, because, I mean, when you guys are trying to come at me saying like, show me facts, or you're not explaining this the way You want to hear it? It is what it is, and it's still facts. And there's all kinds of business owners that would literally trump you with their wallet, and you guys are over here acting like you guys don't know what's going on. It's funny to me. Like, come on. Like, it's funny to me, dude. Like, you guys have no idea. And that's why a lot of these people are in their position they're in, because they got no fucking idea and they want to keep their eyes closed. And I'm cool with that. It doesn't matter because I know I'm going to capitalize on that shit. And to be honest, I've capitalized on this kind of shit. Keep your eyes closed. I mean, like, let the big dogs get the money. Because even okay, look, I'm in my business, I'm hurting, but I guarantee I'm pulling more money in every week than you guys can even imagine. Every week, it's just my bills are expensive over here with the rent and everything I got over here, payroll. Do mechanics get paid a shit ton of fucking money, dude? Shit ton of money. You don't even know all the licenses I have to have. Fire department comes in here, they're like, hey, boom, here's a bill for $3,000. You passed everything, but here's still a bill for $3,000. All these dudes on the corner, they're not getting any of that shit. Like I'm over here trying to make ends meet, and I got to get a bill, and then the city comes in, boom, here's another $1,000 I got to pay. And there's 2 different divisions in the city that come in here, and they still both bill me, dude. So you guys have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Scroll the chat back down to the bottom a little bit. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Go to, what is it? Mano Flame. I think he was talking to me. He said, can he admit immigrants are hurting business? That's what he said. I can't admit to what I don't know. What Jacob is saying is his personal experience. I can say that immigrants aren't hurting my business. I can say that for sure.
But are they hurting businesses, period?
I can't say that. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes with your particular business for sure, but I don't feel like immigrants are hurting business at a degree, but you have a different experience of what's going on. So I can't say.
What if 5 other business owners were in here telling you the same shit? Would you even believe it? That's my thing. Because the thing is, if you were telling me about how the barbershop world is like this, I would take your word for it, basically on you saying it because you live in that world.
This is how I feel with this whole topic about the immigrants. I feel like this. I feel like oftentimes we blame immigrants for a lot of our mishaps and failures in business world.
I'm not blaming it for mishaps.
I'm not saying you. Though. I'm saying in general. So I'm not speaking to you directly in that, but in general, when I hear these conversations often, I hear people oftentimes they blame the immigrants for things that we're not doing. A lot of people have these. I've had these conversations in different rooms.
But that's my thing is though. I've never heard anybody blame immigrants for their failures. I've never heard that, not one time. I've only heard. I mean, you can see stuff on social media.
Hold on, because Mano Flame, look it real quick. If you're gonna talk and comment, let's get the grammar correct, because you can't talk shit and be grammatically incorrect. It's your there is not the proper there, whatever. But get the grammar correct first, then we can have a decent conversation.
What did they say though? I can't even read it.
He's saying if I can't see their hiring business, then you're a cap or you lost the plot. I don't know how, whatever it is. But let's recorrect the grammars, get the grammar correct, then we can have a decent conversation. Because you're talking to 2 businessmen for sure who are pretty much intelligent. We may not agree on everything, but we do know what we're going on and what we're talking about. I don't agree with everything Jacob says. He don't agree with everything I say. But at the end of the day, we're both 2 successful businessmen that are making it happen. But Mindful Journey, I don't think no one's offended at all. I'm not correcting the comments. I said get your grammar correct and let's have a conversation is what I said. But no one's offended here at what anybody is saying, because the comment you made was dumb. The comment the prior person made was dumb. It don't matter. We're having a conversation. We're talking about it. We don't agree on what's being said on either side, but it's not a big deal. It's a conversation. That's where it goes to.
I just see a lot when it comes to this whole thing. I see it on a daily basis, from literally the scrap guy that comes in that picks up our scrap metal. To
but see, the field that you are in is a different field. I will say that a lot of Hispanics, they work hands-on jobs. Like literally, a lot of Hispanics work hands-on jobs.
They do.
So I will say that it is a different field in what you're in, and the demand and the requirement of what it is. And like I said, a lot of Hispanics, a lot of Mexicans that I knew growing up, they were hands-on with a lot of things. That's just what they do. That's the jobs they go to.
This is my opinion. And nobody has to take it as it is, but this is what I think. I think if we if we did this right, if it was me, president, which you guys probably wouldn't want, but whatever. If it was me, president,
No.
I would all the illegals I would send back. I would and I wouldn't let. That's literally what I would do, and I would watch the economy. The economy would tank for a while, 100%, but eventually it'll start building itself back up.
See the comment,
but let me finish. Let me finish why I want to finish this. So after a while, obviously a lot of people are lazy. They don't want to work. A lot of that happened during COVID when they were getting their checks, their free checks. So after a while, things wouldn't be getting fixed. Shit wouldn't be, because a lot of people don't want to do plumbing. They want to do electrical. They don't want to do none of that. But when you start, they would start hiring again. People would want to start doing those jobs because AI is taking over a lot of other jobs. I can walk into a warehouse right now. That whole warehouse had thousands of people working in it. It only has one person in it now, and it's all ran by AI machines. All of it. It's one of my customers. It was open like I think it was almost 24 hours. The warehouse was open. I think it maybe closed like at 3 in the morning, and then it opened back at 5. I think it was closed for like 2 hours. Now only one manager manages everything. So what I'm saying is AI is taking over a lot of jobs. So when you see things like mechanics and plumbers and all that kind of stuff, you still need hands-on for that. And a lot of those jobs would start getting filled. And yes, it would be shit for a little while. It would be a shit show for a little while. After a while, people would have no choice but to fucking work, find a job, and then the economy start building itself back up. But I think that would be the best way to do it. And so the way he's doing it, I really agree with the way he's doing it. It's going to look bad at first because, I mean, nobody wants to see families torn apart and all that shit. Like, yeah, that's sad. Like, nobody wants to see that shit. I don't think that's a great thing. But what I'm saying is they broke the law. If I break the law, I go to fucking jail and I got to deal with the consequences. So it is what it is. Like, they got to deal with the consequences. They got to go back. It is what it is. I think it's better for the country, and we can start building ourselves back up. And that's just my personal opinion.
Our country is corrupt.
For sure, our country's corrupt.
It's corrupt, for sure.
There are I think a lot of countries are corrupt. I think
So,
ours is too. But
Mono
I'm saying
Flame
build
said
the
something right
economy.
now that I can agree with what Mono Flame just said. He said they're not the sole problem, but they have to be a problem. Now, I'm not saying that immigrants are not a problem. So I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is oftentimes people blame immigrants for everything that's wrong with the country. And that's not it. Because when they're talking about immigrants, they're specifically talking about Mexicans. And for me, that's offensive to me. I don't care how you spin it, how you twist it, because those aren't the only immigrants that are in this country. Those aren't the only immigrants that are having jobs. You got immigrant white folks that are in these corporate jobs that don't belong there. There's a lot of them. But no one's talking about these things. The only problem everybody sees is the Mexicans, is the ones that's coming from over across from Mexico. And for me, that's a problem. That's an issue for me.
Yeah, that's the way the media's trying to spin it.
And that's my point right there. The media spins it that way, and we run with it.
But the only thing is we are the ones that came over in that amount of people just coming over and every day. That's the reason why they're seeing it like that.
So we got to read all these comments too, because Mono's talking shit to me right now. She said I only read one of the comments.
Okay, go.
So we're gonna go and read some more of the comments. My bad. I didn't mean to stop. Let's read all these comments. Let's go back up some. Let me see. Mono said they also get handouts, which I can't prove it, but I do believe that for sure. Shell said, he said, I make more money than you guys, so he's right.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Emoji.
I'm going to stick with that. So fuck you.
Oh, man, you sound so angry, sir.
No, I'm just, hey, they're talking shit. I'm just talking shit back.
Mono Flame said, why even argue with someone that literally sees it? There's no proof that he's seen it. I want proof.
I seen it in my own eyes.
Mono said, you can beat it, but it's also rigged because other players can come in and override you with none of the requirements you had to get. It's the system for damn sure. I can agree with that.
What did he say? I didn't hear that part.
You can actually beat and do things and get things done, but it's rigged because other players can come in and override what you've been doing.
On what end?
Grants, all kind of shit.
Oh yeah. No, and the whole thing is with that, I do go after all that kind of shit. I'm trying to get all that kind of stuff. It's tough though. Like it's not trying to keep the business running and day-to-day operations and a short staff is not easy. So I'm not gonna make excuses and complain, but it is what it is. If I can get to it, I will, and that's the point. I'm doing a lot right now, but you guys wouldn't understand that.
Then let me see. Shell, aka Miko, said, "How long has he been at this location?"
I've been here 10 years.
Okay.
And we used to make a shit ton of money too. We were on a whole nother level.
And then let me see. Mono says, "Yeah, the soul problem." Shell said, nothing done about my comment. Thank you very much."
So with the whole soul problem, we know it. They're not the soul problem. Like nobody's even said that. So we know that. But what I'm saying is, it's a big problem. It is. It's always been a problem, though. This whole 10 years I've been here, it's been a problem. But it was like, whatever. I could still find ways around it. I was still, we were, the first few years, we were like killing it in here.
So is it a problem when you have, just say, your boy Johnny? He works at a Fortune 500 company. He had to go get all these different things, CPA license. He had to get all these different things he had to go get to be where he's at in that company. He got a degree, he got a bachelor's, he got a master's. He has all this stuff. And he brings his son in who has nothing but his father in the company. And his son gets a CFO position in the company. Is that not the same thing?
No, what did he build that for? I'm building this stuff for my family, my legacy. So I don't look at that as that. Anybody can look at it how they want. Mm-hmm. But I look at it as, dude, you're building this for your family. Like that's just the way it is. So it's gonna happen. I'm not. The thing is, I would do it like.
But it's not his company. He's running the company, but it's not his company.
Yeah, but he's still the son, and I would do it like Cat.
But there's requirements to be able to work in that job. But
me personally,
the requirements for your son.
Me personally, I would have him get those requirements before he got the position. Me personally, though.
But what I'm saying is, with that right there, it happens far too often. Is that not the same thing? There's so many people that hire their family members or friends that have no qualifications at all, none.
Well, it's bad if that person takes the company down. But if that person comes in and he kicks ass, mm-hmm. It is what it is. Like okay, for instance, Caterpillar. You know what that company is, right? Cat.
Yeah.
Okay. The guy that owns Cat Quinn,
mm-hmm.
he my cousin-in-laws, I guess you would say, because ex-cousin-in-laws, they all worked for Cat, like a shit ton of them. I think there was like 8 of them that worked for Caterpillar. But Cat Quinn is owned by a specific guy. That's the ones they worked for. He brought his sons in. He has 2 sons. He brought his sons in. He put them at the bottom of the barrel right away. So they had to, as soon as they graduated high school, they were working for him, cleaning the machines. If you know what cleaning Caterpillar machines is, like the dirtiest job ever. Like, this grease gets caked on you. I've worked at Holiday Rock, and I watched these guys clean the machines. You are the dirtiest ever. Like, you're going to have grease. To get it out of your hair, anything is just a mission. It's hard to get it off of you, period. These guys they started from the ground level up, dude. And now they're both, he literally went from the ground to parts to mechanics to everything. He made these kids work their ass off for it. They knew every single division in the company. Guess what? He opened up 2 more Caterpillar Quins, and they're all successful, and both sons are running them.
I think that's a different scenario.
That's dope.
They were trained. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's very much so.
And I think
appropriate. That's appropriate.
And the thing is if you just take a kid, and he's just some kid out of school, and he never had to work for anything, most likely you hire him like that, he's gonna run the company into the ground. So I wouldn't agree with hiring him like that. You have to take him through the process, and you got to make him be a grunt at the beginning. And I believe in that. And I seen it with Quinn. So I was like, dude, that's badass. Like, I think that's a great thing. So, I mean, to me, myself, I would do it that way, because you're going to have more of a chance of being more successful with the business than you would if it being falling apart. Because you see a lot of businesses fall apart when the dad dies. The kid doesn't take care of the companies.
Yeah. So to sum it all up, everyone, my argument is not with Jacob. It's not with
general.
You guys. It's in general. My issue is that everybody puts the issues upon the Mexicans and say that they are the problem for our economy, which I don't agree with. And I feel like that's a lot to put on their backs when they work too. Yes, and some people are here illegally. I 100% agree with that. There are a lot of other cultures in the same way.
If we break the law, we got to go to jail. So I look at it as, if they break the law, it is what it is. If they're here legally, then, cool. But if they're here illegally, and just start taking them.
But my issue is that the focus is on solely the Mexicans.
Yeah, it should be on all. I agree
The
with.
focus is only on them on every aspect, whether it's work, whether it's being here illegally, whether it's taking jobs. The focus is only on them, and there's so many other illegal immigrants here.
Well,
that are here.
Well, for me, like I'm going off what affects me personally, and it's the Chinese and the Mexicans. So it's what it is. Like, hey, if we're gonna go being personal on it, then I'm just gonna be like, that's affecting my businesses, and I got to worry about the Chinese buying up my building. You know, I got to worry about Jose down the street trying to take my work, and I think it causes more problems than you think. You think it would be a small problem to just take your work. No, because then when a lot of those times those guys end up going or they screwed something up really bad and then you got to fix it. Now you have the new customer where they're pissed off because you're charging them full price, and they're pissed off because you're not doing it half-assed. They rather you just rig it, but that's not how we do the work here. So you got to deal with all those other issues. It comes with a lot of issues, not just them taking the work. It actually comes with a lot more issues, dude. You would think that it would just be that, but it's actually a lot more. And I got to deal with that shit. I personally got to deal with that shit on a fucking daily basis, and I can't stand it. I have a customer that's not sending me work right now because we were charging them, full price on everything. And we actually brought down the price the best we could, and still, they're not sending us work right now.
So what do you think could change the atmosphere of your industry?
Well, number one, that's a big deal, dude. That's a big deal. And now that the Chinese buying up the properties, it's actually like hard. I know so many shops like mine, they either got shut down or they had to move to a smaller location. That's a big thing too, and I'm worried about that. I'm not gonna lie, I have to deal with that because my landlord literally tells me, "Hey, I'm getting another notice. These guys really want to buy that property," and I'm like, "Dude, you ain't gonna do me like that." Like I literally just tell him, "You're not gonna do me." I've been here 10 years, bro. Like I spent so much money on this. You can't do me like. He knows I want to buy this property.
So your landlord, does he have any other property, or is this his only
He
property?
He has a bunch of it. He's been selling them. He sold like 3 of them already. So it is worry. It worries me because the thing is if I was even leaving here, I know a guy that only has a piece of land. It has no building on it, and he's renting it for $30,000, dude, $30,000 a month. So my situation is if I spend a lot on this place every month. So if I leave this place, I'm going to be spending more with less. That's a problem. I've been here so long, put so much into this place. I'm going to be spending more with less, and that has to do with immigrants coming in and buying the property up.
So are there any other variables of issues that exist in what your problem is going on? Is that the primary issue?
Those would be primary issues because we get that's always been an issue, but it just wasn't as many. The paisas weren't as many out there. There was a lot, but not as much as there is now. There's so much of them, dude. I go to a yard to go get a unit, and we could be having all the work, but they got all kinds of them in there working on these trucks and trailers. It's packed. I know none of these guys are licensed. None of them are legal. None of them are any. They don't have no business licenses, anything. I know they're in there working for like hardly any of the price. They only bring us in when they can't fix the job because they don't have the equipment that we have. Because we have the expensive equipment, the equipment that'll get the job done. And if they're rigging all this stuff up doesn't work, they come to us. But the thing is, if they weren't there, we'd have that work, right? So I get that. So that's probably okay. I'm going to tell you right now, that's our number one biggest problem because that's what we're dealing with on a daily basis. And we're not the only ones. Like a guy we do work for, he owns a electrical company. So, and he said he's dealing with the same thing. All these guys are coming in, and he doesn't even know how it's working because you got to be licensed for that to go in to do that. So he knows they're bypassing a lot of that stuff coming in and doing it illegally. So, I mean, it's being done in every industry right now, and a lot of people are, even companies are taking them on because they're broke too. So it's like, I might as well bring these guys in. So if you can't beat them, join them. Bring these fools in. Pay them less. You know what I mean? But they don't work the same anymore either. That's another problem. Dude, when I first had this place and I had all these guys in here, I had a bunch of trailer guys like that working here. I started just saying, hey, work for me, work for me. So I got them in here. They're killing it. They all work their asses off. Now the ones that I have in here that are like that, dude, they work like white guys. I can't do this.
How do white guys work?
Slow. Very, very slow.
In this industry?
Yeah, because the plumbing industry, they're all really good in the plumbing industry that I've seen, but not this industry.
He said very, very slow.
I'm not gonna say all of them because we can go to other shops and they're running circles. Like there's a shop down the street that they're all white dudes and they're badass freaking techs and quick and everything. Maybe just the ones I hired. I don't know.
Do you think it's the atmosphere?
No.
Do you think the morale is just low?
No, we're on these motherfuckers. like we're on them.
And that can drop the morale.
Yeah, but no. So they're worse over there down the street. They're cussing them out, calling them piece of shit, everything.
I feel like you do that. I can see you doing that.
Call them piece of shit. No, I'll get in trouble. I know how to do HR stuff. I had to go with HR all the time, so I can't talk like that to them. I would love to though. Don't get me wrong. You piece of shit, get your fucking ass back to work. I love that, but
how many guys you got working here with you at the
like
this
12?
facility?
But I used to have 28. I used to have 28 people here.
And do you have any immigrants? Well, never mind.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Never mind. We're gonna remove that from the.
Everybody's legal that works here. They'll have a social security number, and they get paid through ADP.
So you sound like you hate whores and immigrants.
I don't hate immigrants at all.
Okay.
I don't care about none of that. It's just I don't want them just letting anybody in here and take. If it didn't affect me, I wouldn't care. Whatever. I'd be like literally whatever. But it's affecting the business so much, dude, and trades. But think about it. If it's affecting trades the way it is, we're gonna have I can guarantee you, dude, we're gonna have a big problem with trades. We already have a lot of problems. Like my buddies are in the plumbing industry. My stepdad owns a plumbing company. And I have a lot of friends in the plumbing industry. They can't even find good plumbers anymore because nobody wants to work, dude. It's just the way it is.
And that's the thing. I don't think it's, and that's what I said, I don't think it's an immigration problem. I don't think it's an immigrant problem. People don't want to work.
Well, that's another problem.
People don't want to get their hands dirty. People don't want to get out there and do the labor. We're lazy.
Well, that's another problem, though, because they were getting free money. That's just that's still just a different problem.
Our generation of people right now does not want to put the work in. They just want money handed to them.
That's a big problem.
And I think that's why my argument was so strong that it's not necessarily.
It still is though.
Immigration
it's
issue.
big time, bro. If you came in here for 1 week, you would see, and I would take you with me. What's going on? You'd be like, damn.
So I'm not saying that it's not an issue because it obviously is an issue in some form.
On both. The thing is, I would never thought I would have a problem with it on the building side. That like having to fight it two ways is like, what the fuck, bro? Like that's crazy to me. I didn't even know they were buying them up until that the other company. I don't even want to say the name because I'm kind of shouting them out.
What's the
company? Because they're
company?
leading my competition.
Oh.
But okay. When they bought that building up, I was like, dude, this is crazy. Those guys been around longer than me. And you got to look at that kind of stuff. You got to. I'm very observant, and I have to. And the thing is numbers don't lie. So if it's affecting my numbers, I'm going to notice what it is, and I'm going to check it out and figure out what's affecting my numbers, why it's affecting it, and that's a huge thing. Is that for affecting numbers? It's big. So I would say that's probably our number one thing. And people in our industry, we have the Clean Air Act. So when it comes to trucks having to be worked on, it's no choice, they have to be worked on. Because the code's popping up and they can't even move past 5 miles an hour, I know that it has to do with a lot with this industry because they have to be worked on. Somebody's working on them, and it's just being done illegally. That's all it is. Oh, and the illegals are actually pulling apart the DPF systems, and the DPF systems is a Clean Air Act thing still, and it's just and they're driving in the trucks around like that. So they're actually driving around illegal. So there's just so much illegal stuff going on right now, but people are trying to survive too because this industry is just taking a huge dive, and we all know why. That's a huge reason.
I can't say we all, but I get it.
Well, people in the industry know why. Dude, even the Paisa dudes that come in here, they say it. They want them gone. I have Paisa dudes coming in here, like literally, dude. They're telling me, and I'm thinking in my head, damn, I wouldn't even brought it up. They brought it up to me. And I'm like, damn, bro. I go, I didn't know you were. He goes, dude, fuck these motherfuckers. They're taking our jobs. And it's like, I'm sick of this shit, dude, because his industry is doing bad too. And it's a whole different industry, but he comes in and he takes our scrap metal. That's another thing. So he's like, dude, and I don't know exactly what's going on. I just know that he's saying that it's fucking his shit up. and he's tired of it too. And all his family's from Mexico, so I see it all the time. It's like everywhere I turn. No, we're gonna keep it rolling because we got time, and we got more people. We got hold on, keep going. Yeah, you can go over the question.
There's no more questions after I cleared up everything. Everybody left me alone.
Everybody hates me though, huh?
Nah, not today. I think they like you today.
Today,
some of them. I don't think Shell likes you. Shell, aka Miko. I don't think she likes you.
I want you guys to hate me anyway.
But I think we touched on a lot of the comments for sure. There's some that we missed up top.
Okay,
We're talking about the kids.
We can get into something else now. Why don't we get into whores again?
I don't know why you want to focus back on these whores, man.
Because I know I piss people off with this.
I think you just like getting up under people's skin. I don't think you really feel like that.
I promise you I feel like that. I swear to you I feel like that. 100%. I feel like that. I might say it jokingly and I might say it too brutally honest, but I do. I do.
I get it.
I don't get me wrong. I still love them and everything. Everybody needs hoes need love too. You know. There's always some simps out there for that marry that. Not really. They're probably not gonna marry. A lot of these girls just end up old.
So with that statement, you're gonna love a whore?
I'll love them for a night. Maybe a couple.
Oh man.
Whores don't realize that they were whores until they're in their 40s buying their own drinks at the bar. Then they realize they were a whore growing up. That's when they realize it.
I don't believe that.
That's another thing I see. So I have conversation. When I first started this podcast, I actually would go and basically talk to them at the bar, drunk, about like, how did you end up here? Like, how did you end up doing this? Dude, they would get some of them. They would have major conversations with me because they were bored now, right? Because nobody wants to fuck them anymore. They're old, they're shot out, and they were whores most of their lives. And I literally had conversations.
But every single woman that's at the bar buying her own drinks did not have that same lifestyle growing up.
With the whore lifestyle?
Yeah. There's some women that are single and at the bar and they just had a fucked up marriage and they single and they have
I could say that, but a lot of them do that I've talked to too. They were whores.
But again, the ones
it took a while. It took a while to get it out of them.
You've only talked to a small fraction of the people that are in this corner of where we're at.
It is true but that's even scarier. Like, damn, I just meet the whores then, huh? Maybe they're all whores.
It's what you're attracting. It's your energy.
No, I go in and I always see. I saw the same girls at the bar all the time.
Bro, you're a whore man. You walk in looking like a dirtbag. They're gonna come to you. They're gonna flock to you.
No, I like literally. I looked at him and I'm like, so you're always here. Every time I come to this bar, I've seen you here. So I started up a conversation with them and I wanted to literally know what's the deal. You know what I mean? I was basically having a podcast right there with them. And sometimes they got mad. Sometimes they were laughing and all that, and sometimes they got pissed off, and I was like, but I was just being honest, like, hey, you're here for a reason by yourself. Like, what the fuck happened in your life?
Dr. Phil here.
I just wanted to, I wanted to understand the woman's mind, and especially nobody ever will.
No,
because they're psychotic. Their mind, there's so many chemicals, like I said, with anything PMS, whatever the case is going on with them, you're never going to understand a woman. If you do understand a woman, that's a problem, because that means your mind's fucking warped even more than that. Because how do you understand these psychotic brains? Like, and they're up and down all over the place and everything. I'm not going to say every single woman's like that, but a lot of them are. You'll find good women. You'll find some women good to get. Like I meet like a lot of older like grandmas, right? Dude, they think completely different. They don't think anything like
taking down grandmas.
No. I'm talking about just grandmas, like in general. You know, they're wise. They have all. I mean, you're not going to see any of these girls when they become grandmas. They're going to be wise. There's be some dumbass chicks still. Imagine with the grandmas where the world's coming to, when you're going to have all these OnlyFans grandmas. Like, damn, these kids are fucked. Like OnlyFans grandmas.
Crazy.
That's gonna be crazy, dude. I'm dead serious. Think about that.
But our society as a whole is fucked, man. It's not just the whores that you're speaking of. It's not just the women. It's not just that. Our society as a whole, our men are fucking trash.
Well, that's where it starts from.
Everything is horrible.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like I look at, so somebody was talking to me.
Skinny jeans fucked it up for everybody. I think that was the beginning of the downfall. Is when guys started wearing skinny jeans.
Oh man,
they started acting girly, and that was it. That was the beginning of the end. And now look what happened, skinny jean guys. you guys did this, turn the world into this. Am I lying though? Am I lying, Marquis?
I don't know if I can 100% agree with that.
But is there some truth to
yeah,
that?
there has to be some.
All right, we agree on something.
Oh shit,
dude! Didn't the world change when these dudes started wearing skinny jeans? I started noticing like that these kids were like 20 years old and they still are virgins, and I'm like, you're a virgin? Like what?
But there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but the thing is, we weren't like from a young age. So I'm kind of.
You lost your virginity at what age?
All right, 14.
Young age.
How old are you?
13, 14.
See?
But my shit was on some predator shit, man. She was like 17, 18, man. Ain't no way that should have been went down like that.
I would have been happy.
That was on some predator shit. I mean,
I'd have been like cougar.
That was on some predator shit for real, man.
Damn, 13, 7. Why would you? You're tall though. Maybe you looked older, you know.
Bro, I didn't hit a growth spurt till I was 15, so I wasn't.
You got those
tall.
big old hands. You're probably like. That's why she was probably like, "Oh damn."
Oh shit. Nah, man, that's straight predator behavior, man. I don't care what nobody say. It is. But I was saying that
I would have been cool though, being 13, taking down a 17, 18-year-old. I'd have been like, "Oh yeah."
Used to babysitters.
Oh shit!
That made it worse. Like, come on, what are you doing? Like, really?
Was she hot?
She was cute.
Oh, there it is.
Nah,
there's no problem
okay.
now.
Not okay. So if your son was
13,
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
I don't look at it like, but we were different breeds. I feel like back then.
Yes, but it wasn't okay though. That, like, no lie, like women are predators too. And that's predator behavior. That's what they said about me.
No, there's been some predators coming at me, bro, and I'm like, fuck that.
I mean, our society is fucked, man. Our men. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were asking, because the way that I look at things, the way that I view things, I don't look at things from a one-track mind. Yes, we don't always agree on shit, but we still know what's right and what's not. We have a logical aspect of a lot of different things. And they're like, do you have any other friends that think like you think? And not necessarily think like I think, but have more of a logical thought process.
I'm sure you do. Your friends are your friends for a reason. You know what I mean?
But I don't have a lot of friends. I have a lot of associates.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a lot of people that I actually can call a friend. Like if I were to call somebody and be like, yo, I need $100 right now. Can you help me out for a minute? And I needed that. That's a friend.
Yeah.
If I'm broken down and I'm crying and I really need somebody just to vent to and talk to, and my boy's like, bro, you can call my line at 2:00 in the morning. I'm gonna answer. That's a friend. If you just need to just be in the midst and not even say a word, that's a friend. Like you don't have a lot of friends. You have associates.
Yeah, it's hard to call people my friends now because my best friend tried to screw me over. So
yeah, so I mean, it's always you're in the midst with people who just want to get over on you and do things wrong, and it's like when you got somebody you ain't talked to in a year, and then y'all finally have a conversation, and it's like y'all been talking every day. That's a friend.
Yeah,
like that's somebody you can call a friend.
Yeah.
Like,
I got people like that.
Like when you really, I don't give a fuck if your friend come over to your house or your boy come over and they see that there's a bit of a struggle, you ain't got no food in your refrigerator, there's some shit going on, and they peep it and they notice it, bro, come on, let's go to the grocery store. That type of shit right there, that's friendship shit. That's shit that we don't have.
I like that too. I like that. That's true. I think I take it day by day now with people. I was so hardcore about loyalty, dude. Like when growing up. Mm-hmm. What, you got some comments?
Yeah, we got two more comments. Mono Flame said, "What y'all think about the female teachers nowadays that's always getting caught up with students?"
I was like, "Damn, why were they when I was growing up?"
And then Mindful Journey said, "Every day I see another female teacher getting taken down. It's crazy." Now, just what we were just talking about. It's very much predator behavior, man or woman. It's more frowned upon for sure when it's a man that's going after a younger girl, kind of sick. But in the same breath, for a woman to go after a younger boy, this woman is 30 years old. She's a teacher. She's 25, 35, and this kid is in middle school.
Yeah,
14 years old. It's like, what do you see in a kid? Like, why are you even looking at this kid in a sexual manner?
I feel like these women are just on a different level now. They have no moral value whatsoever, and it's crazy. It's rare to find them.
But a lot of these women that are doing this have families.
Yeah, they're married. What about that cop that was getting ran through? Remember her? Shit. And then she tried to blame it on the cop, the one that was running through. Damn, that's crazy, dude. You were getting ran through.
Now, this is when it's appropriate for Jacob to call these women whores.
Whore.
This is when it's appropriate.
Well, you're gonna say that these OnlyFans girls aren't whores?
I mean, are they actually fucking somebody?
Probably.
I
I
mean-
mean, shit. After
it's
the
an
pod,
assumption.
a lot of the times.
I mean, I was told that if you
well, I was taking them down a lot after the pod. When we first were doing this, I was just like, fuck it. I was drinking a lot though, hanging out with them, and then boom, they'd go to my house. We were doing that a lot.
whorehouse, huh?
Yeah.
You had a brothel.
It was fun for a little bit. Then you just kind of get sick of horrors after a while. You're like, 'cause you know what it is? I think too. The guys like to chase. They like to hunt, right?
It's the attention.
And when you're not hunting no more, it's like it just falls in your lap. It's kind of like, this isn't fun anymore. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. I mean, there's been quite a few people that have thrown date offers at me and let's go hang out. I'm not interested. I'm cool. And I mean, I got somebody now. I'm straight. But even prior to that, like people are just throwing shit, and I'm straight. It's not something that I just had a desire for. Like I don't care what you got or how good your pussy might be. It doesn't matter to me. I'm good. I don't need that type of attention from you. I don't. I'm in the mindset now. I need somebody that's gonna be able to listen to me. I got a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit.
You want as much shit as I talk and cuss and all kinds of stuff. You know what though? I don't tell my problems to people hardly at all anymore. I actually talk to God a lot. I think that's way more beneficial.
It's very beneficial. However, having somebody, which is hard to find,
Yeah, it is.
having somebody that you can actually trust, having somebody that you can actually sit and feel comfortable in a space of vulnerability and feel okay when you're done, and not having the thought that, hey, if we get into an argument, this is going to be thrown in my face.
But
Not
you,
having those
you know
type of
this
things.
podcast is kind of does that anyways.
Yeah, I was going to get to that when we
Yeah.
had the conversation with the Dad Academy, and that moment was very vulnerable. We didn't have a few moments where it's been some vulnerable moments, and it's opened that space, and it's gave the opportunity for us to really explore things that we probably would not have done on a certain level. But it would be amazing. It is amazing to be able to have somebody. I have somebody that I can go talk to right now. If I'm feeling a certain type of way, I can actually be transparent, I can be honest, and I can be vulnerable with whatever I'm dealing with. I have that now. I'm not being judged for what I'm saying. I'm not being looked at sideways because I'm emotional, and I might shed a couple of tears because this shit is fucking me up right now.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find that in a woman.
Yeah, fuck
It
yourself.
just is.
I was waiting for that.
But that's why you don't fuck with the hoes. You fuck with a woman.
There's a few good girls that I talk to and stuff too, but it's kind of know they're kind of annoying too. So I just kind of just do my thing, man.
So do you aim for? And I don't say when I say younger, I don't mean younger. I'm just saying, do you aim for girls younger than you, your age, or older than you?
Man, I used to switch it up. I was first like around my age, a little younger, but around like 38, like around there. And then those bitches are crazy in the head. So then I started going to a little younger, right? And then like 20s and shit like that. And then those girls are just fucking whores. So like, I mean, it was fun for a while having them in, you know what I mean? It gets fun, but after a while, you start getting like annoyed with them, you know. So, I mean, I don't really know what I'm looking for, man. I just don't want a whore. That's all I know.
I honestly feel like a lot of what you draw, honestly, you've become a magnet for what you don't like.
No, because I talk different on this pod, right? When I'm in business, when I went with my company,
Different conversation for
dude,
sure.
completely different person, dude. Because I'm all professional with everything I do. And then with certain women too, I turn on that. I put that hat on. I'm just trying to be professional and cool with them and see, you know, when I see a good girl, I try to have respect for that. I see it's like I see that what kind of girl you are.
But do you
now
see
I'm gonna
good
give you
girls?
respect.
Because it sounds like all you see is whores all the time. So do you actually see good girls?
There's some good girls, and then there's some girls that I think are good girls, and then they show me that they're a whore again, and I'm like, fuck, bro, I really thought this was a good girl. And it's like, damn.
Have you ever sat down with a girl and you guys are having a conversation and she tells you about her past and you're like, I can't fuck with you?
I don't usually tell them that, but in my mind, yeah.
No, I'm saying, and you think that.
No,
you're
no,
like,
no.
yeah, I can't do this.
I'm not thinking that I can't fuck with you because I'm gonna smash her. I'm not gonna waste my time doing all this shit. right? Unless it's like something really weird what I didn't like, but I'm usually gonna at least get something out of it, you know. But like, no, like yeah, I think that a lot. I'm like, I ain't fucking with this girl after that. Like, it was like, to me, it was like, I'm done with this. I'm good after that.
People are insane. Let me tell you something I heard the other day, right? So, I was talking to my boy and his girl, and they were just having a conversation, right? And they were talking about a fetish that one of their friends has.
Uh-huh.
And this particular guy has a fetish. He likes to be pissed on. That's one. A couple of fetishes.
Is he white?
No.
No?
Has a couple of fetishes. One, he likes to be pissed on. Two, he likes breast milk.
That's cool. I've done that.
Wait, what? You like breast milk?
No, I don't like it. I just did it because it was kind of cool. No, like sucking their titty when they're when they're pregnant or some shit. Yeah, it's cool.
I look at you completely different now, sir. That's insane.
But it's not like I'm drinking that shit like crazy because it's kind of like tastes like.
You said like crazy, but you still drinking it.
Yeah, I wanted to try it out. Like let's do some weird shit. You know, breast milk's not that crazy.
My story is done.
I think
I'm
everybody should suck some titties with milk in it and try it out.
You want to put it on your cereal and shit, huh?
Fuck, I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea. Has a little sugar taste to it, you know.
Man, yeah, my whole story is done. It doesn't even matter no more. Jacobs loves breast milk.
A little sugar. No, I didn't say I love it. It is a little different, but I had to try it. You know, had to try it out.
I'm at a loss of words. I don't even know what to say. I was about to start talking shit, and then this motherfucker right here has breast milk in his freezer now.
You've never done that?
I don't even have a desire to do so. No, I'm straight. No.
Sometimes you gotta do some cool shit like that. Just try it out.
Who said it was cool? I don't know who
said it.
It's
a titty with milk. How is that not cool?
That's for the babies. I'm not a baby. That's crazy.
You did it before at some point in your life.
And I don't know what it tastes like. I don't recall that. That is not in my memory bank. I do not recall.
Hey, chat, tell me, if you're a guy, are you down to drink some titty milk? Off a hot chick or whatever.
Breast milk. Uh-oh.
What happened? What? Read it.
St. John's World said, yeah.
Get it, John.
Oh, man.
Shout out to St. John, JV Media.
Mindful Journey said, I'm definitely down.
Oh, shit. Let's go.
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Titty milk. I'm telling you.
I cannot. I just won't. I mean, I can't judge y'all for doing so, but it's not my ministry. I'm not. I'm sorry.
I've done it from a couple girls.
I bet you have.
I was like, yeah.
Made you feel stronger?
I was like, I felt like Popeye.
Oh, my goodness. So we got, motherfuckers really want the breast milk. It's crazy.
Hey, yeah, come on. Let me know more.
So breast milk fetish is a thing, for real.
It wasn't a fetish for me. I mean, I was with her all the time, and I didn't always do it. You know what I mean? Like,
but when you wanted it, you wanted it.
No. It was like I did it like 2-3 times.
But that's a lot. That's a bit. Y'all were only together for 2 weeks. That's a bit excessive. Man.
Ah, shit.
So y'all really.
It wasn't a fetish for me though. It's not like I was like, oh, I was doing it because it's like, I'm a little buzzed. Look at that titty. They're big. Fuck it. Let's try this out.
Bro, it's not enough alcohol in the world to make me look at the titty and say, I want some breast milk.
I did it sober too. I was just driving the truck. Like, all right, let's do this shit. Like, let me get some of that.
My mind has never gone to me even saying, hey, I think I want some breast milk. Michelle said her ex-husband did. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I think everybody should drink some titties.
Just to try it, not all the time.
Big cup of a titty.
So AK Miko said, just to try it. I've never had the notion, just say, let me just try some breast milk.
Why wouldn't you want to try it, though?
Why do I need to try breast milk?
Do you drink milk at all?
Yeah, I drink milk.
Well, you're drinking it out of a cow's titty?
I don't drink raw milk out of a cow.
Yeah, but you're still drinking milk out of a cow.
Milk. I don't. No, I'm not.
Do you suck on your girl's titties?
Yes.
Well, then you should have no problem.
She deserves it. There's no milk coming out. There's no milk coming out. I don't have to go there.
If we get enough chats in here, he needs to suck on a titty with milk.
John said, I feel like you got to try it at least once.
Yeah, you got to try it, man.
I mean, man, I just can't, man.
We're gonna change his life right now, guys. We're gonna change his life.
It's just not. My mind has never said.
My mind's telling me no.
I'm gonna try some breast milk today. I've never even thought that in my life.
Oh, dude, when I like Yeah, right off the bat.
I've never desired for a woman to piss on me. Some of that shit is just.
Piss is crazy, bro.
It's like
that's just not gonna happen. That's some white people shit.
Oh, she said he tried it for my daughter, so he sampled it to make sure it was okay, so your daughter wouldn't get poisoned.
Hold on, wait a minute. What? what happened now?
Shell, aka Miko, said he tried it for my daughter.
Who tried what from your daughter?
Her ex-husband, the breast milk, not the piss, not the piss.
Hold on. Okay, I'm still confused. So
the breast milk.
Your ex-husband.
Her ex-husband tried it for her daughter.
Oh, for her daughter. Oh yeah. My! I thought you said something completely different, bro. I was tripping right now. Okay.
Wanted to know what she was drinking. That's crazy. So I want to know what my daughter is drinking. I know it's from my wife, but I want to make sure it's okay for my daughter. He didn't even need to do
it for that reason. He just needed to do it because it's cool to drink some titty milk.
Is it really?
And have a titty mustache after that.
Is it really cool?
Put your ear in it. Just let it leak in your ear a little bit.
What does it taste like?
It doesn't taste like much, dude, to be honest. It doesn't really taste like much. It's maybe has a little sweet to it a little bit and a little bitter taste, I guess you can say, but it's not like anything. It's kind of watery, right? Mm-hmm. Like more watery than regular milk. I had a Latin one and I had a black one, so they taste kind of the same.
Oh man, he had cultural milk.
Yeah, you guys. There's nothing different, man. It's like they say, nothing different.
Aim for the mouth. I don't know. I don't know.
It's pretty dope. I think everybody should try some titty milk.
Mono Flame, what about you, man? You into the breast milk? I just.
What's wrong with it though? Like, what do you think? If you drink regular milk out of a cow, it should be no problem drinking some titty milk.
I didn't say there was necessarily anything wrong with it. I just never had that notion to be like, yo, I want to try some breast milk today. I've never even thought of it until my boy and his girl was talking about it. I was like, wait a minute, so your boy has a breast milk fetish.
The fetish is kind of crazy.
Like
I don't have a fetish.
Like I'm online on OfferUp selling breast milk out the freezer. It's crazy.
Yeah, fetish is. I don't have. I mean, it's not like it's like, oh my god, I want more milk. You know what I mean? It's
Facebook Marketplace. You need some breast milk? That's crazy.
Hey, people do buy breast milk for like some type of protein shit, and then they mix it in it, and they actually buy it. It was like a thing we had.
Is it people or is it you?
No, hell no. I'd have to see the titty. I'm not doing it just outside in a cup. I'm gonna do that shit off the titty. The fuck?
Oh shit!
Hell no.
Mono Flame said, "Why not?" It's just I don't know. It's not my ministry. It's not something that I've tapped into. I don't know.
What other stuff have you not tapped into?
Did he call me a Homelander?
What does that mean?
Oh man, ask him.
What does Homelander mean?
Oh shit, that's crazy. I just haven't. I don't know.
What else do you not do?
I mean, I'll eat some pussy for sure.
That's what I was gonna ask. Do you,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, shit.
For my pleasure.
Cool.
Yes.
You know what's crazy? A lot of dudes don't eat pussy no more.
They got issues.
That's what I think. They say they even say that it's feminine to eat pussy. Do you know that?
What?
Exactly. I'm
Wait
like, how is that? At least we agree on this part, okay?
What?
Yes, dude.
That's crazy.
Because I've literally seen even people on podcasts and everything. Like, it's feminine to eat pussy.
So everything a man does is just spicy now. A man can't brush his hair a certain way. I don't have hair, so I'm gonna talk about it. But so many things that men can't do because if we do them, it's woman-like. It's crazy.
I think that if you ain't eating pussy, there's a problem with you. I think every dude should be eating some type of pussy.
That shit is for my own pleasure, and I'm sorry. I enjoy every aspect of it.
If you're eating it like this, then you're feminine as fuck.
Wait. Like, why you move your neck like that, bro?
You gotta like a fucking wolf. Eat that shit like a wolf. That's all I'm thinking. I'm like, how is this dude saying it's feminine? When I go, how you eating it? like
because his legs be up like this cross.
I'm like, how is it feminine, dude? Like, it must be a weird way you're eating it if it's feminine. You got
to get in the sniper position.
Hey, I was just gonna say that. Swear to God, you better eat that shit sniper. Don't put your ass up in the air while you're eating that pussy. That ain't gonna. Then you are feminine. Sniper that shit.
Oh man,
it's funny that he even said that.
For a man to not enjoy that is crazy to me.
It is.
But I have heard some women don't like that being done to them.
They probably got it done shitty to them by somebody else. That's probably why.
Yeah.
You want to hear something? Fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. So how old were you when the first time you ate pussy?
When I was younger, I was like, that's nasty. I'm not doing that shit.
How old were you though?
I don't know, in my 20s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I was like 14, 13, 14.
And you out here
Probably
calling
14.
you out here calling women whores, and you was eating pussy
Hey.
at 14.
Hey, dude, you know what's crazy? It was my neighbor.
You're a whore.
Yeah, it was my neighbor. Well, the thing is, I was
You're a whore.
Yeah, probably. But I was intrigued by it. I was like, my neighbor. Damn, I don't want to say a whole lot because a lot of people probably. But
Everybody wanna know who she is?
My neighbor, we would like mess around, right? And and we would go in the closet, and I would just I think I was 13 or 14.
And then you finally came out the closet.
No, and but I'd be like, let me try. I just keep practicing and practicing and practicing. Like I just wanted to know how to do it, and I was like, this shit's crazy.
Was she coaching you?
No, she didn't really know. She just let me do it. I was like, let me try this again. Let me try it again. And I just kept doing it. I was like, yeah, it's kind of weird if you think about
Do
it.
you still
but
talk to her today?
No, I haven't seen. They moved a long time ago, and it was in my neighbor here, obviously. But no, they moved a long time ago. But yeah, I was like 13, 14 years old, and I was practicing. I wanted to be like, what is this shit? Like, I want to try this shit out.
How do you feel about a woman who does not like giving or receiving oral?
That bitch better get on her knees. She better.
What did she tell you? That's not my area. I don't care for that.
Then I would disappear like a magician.
I think now that's one thing I would say. Every guy should be going and pleasuring his woman. I don't care. Every guy should.
Yeah.
Not no randoms.
Randoms and
No.
not just
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You
With your
never
girl-
ate random poo daddy?
Nah. Very selective. No.
I don't
We're
want.
not
Let's say nanny or something else different on here, just because I'm scared of the
doing that. Poom
Yeah, poom poom. We'll call it that.
poom.
'Cause,
Poom poom.
Yeah, because I trained myself, so
You trained yourself.
I wanted to make sure I knew what I was doing, and that wasn't the reason. I just wanted to just know.
Yeah, I mean, this early on, like when I was young, I was in my mid-20s, but yeah, I thought it was just probably one of the. I was like, I'm not doing that shit to nobody. I mean, because I'm a germaphobe. I got OCD. I'm a germaphobe.
Oh no shit.
It's just so for me, it's like you don't always know what people are doing.
Yeah,
Because people are be doing some weird and random shit. And you're
Well,
like,
I'm Mexican. We do the dirty jobs nobody wants to do.
I keep sanitizer in my pocket. I got sanitizer in my car. I everything. So I'm
Yeah.
just, and I know how people are. And I think one night I was out at the club one night, and this girl wanted to have sex with me after the club. I just met her in the club. Just met her. This was years ago. And all I kept thinking was, if this woman is willing to have sex with me after the club and she just met me 20 minutes ago, who else is she fucking like this? That's all I kept thinking.
How old were you?
I don't know. I think at that time I might have been like 24, 25, roughly
Okay.
like that. But that's what I kept thinking. And then she's like, oh, we don't even need a condom. Just meet me in my car. I never showed up. I was like, that shit is fucking, to me, it's just crazy. Like, I think about that type of shit.
Yeah.
If you're doing this with me and you're willing to go there with me, who else have you done this with?
Yeah.
Did you do it earlier today?
Do you still think the same way now?
Yes.
Oh damn.
I still think the same way.
I was slamming him out in the car.
Nah. It's hard to
That's
trust
good
people.
though. That's good. I mean,
I'm straight.
I'm
and,
not
like,
saying that's
I
that's
don't-
weird or anything.
I think in my entire life, I'm 48. And in my entire life, I think I've probably fucked a girl one time without a condom. That you meet somebody or whatever the case might be.
I probably fucked one with. Just like,
Probably so. You might be right, Jacob. But I've always been that person. Like I'll leave. Yo, we don't got no condoms. I'm
who's
out.
laughing over there? That's
That's John.
St. John. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'll leave. Like we supposed to be hooking up or whatever the case might be, and we didn't have no condoms. I'm out.
That's funny. Man.
It's not that serious. I'm afraid of catching some shit and everything else. I'm nah. We're not doing it. I be looking at my boys sometimes, be like, bro, you did what? Oh, I'll never put on a condom. You out of line. Crazy. Not doing that. Nah,
That's
doing
good. I think that's a better way of thinking, but it's just not the way I think. But it is a better way.
Bro, I done had girlfriends that we got serious, and I asked them about their STD test. Like, did you get one?
Oh,
done?
a lot of people do that. Yeah.
I've showed mine. I've done all of that.
Yeah.
But
Some girl wanted to see mine when I was messing with her, and I had to show her mine to get ass. And I was like, well, fuck it. Here it is. I kind of wanted that ass, so I just showed it to her.
what was positive?
Nothing. I'm good. I'm clean.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I love it, too. Because people probably think I'm out there being crazy, but I make
Because
sure.
you're a whore.
I make sure it's ripe. You know?
How do you make sure it's ripe? I'm curious.
Listerine. Just pour Listerine on it. Lemony fresh.
I have no rebuttal for that shit right there. None.
minty fresh, and then you got minty fresh teeth after too. You're good. Then you just pour it on you to make sure everything's good. If it burns, it's a problem.
I don't know what school this motherfucker went to with this type of shit. Listerine.
I always say just pour some Listerine on that shit, and you're good.
Yeah, this is very different now. Breast milk and Listerine is crazy.
I've been doing that since
15.
I was like 23, maybe. All right, I'm good.
And you really believe that?
No, I don't really believe it, but hey, there's some questionable women sometimes. I was like,
I mean, there's some questionable.
It actually wasn't me. I'll be honest with you. My friend, he smashed this girl. We were in Vegas, and that bitch was a whore, bro. Like she just looked dirty to me too. And I had a bunch of my friends there and shit too, because there was a bunch of us over there. And he's like, yeah, I smashed. And I'm like, dude, you better pour some Listerine on that shit. And everybody starts dying laughing. But this fool really went in and poured Listerine. I was like, dude, she looked dirty, dude. Like, I don't know. I couldn't do it. I was like, I couldn't be with that, dude. You need to pour. And he literally in the bathroom going, ah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, pour some Listerine on that, dude.
Horrible. You got some crazy friends, bro. I mean, I think we all do. I mean, because you're one of my crazy friends. So I think we all got some crazy friends for sure.
Yeah.
Damn.
We nobody wants to do a call in. Somebody call in. Stop being a sissy.
You still got me baffled with this
milk.
With this shit. Yeah.
Which part?
I don't even want to try breast milk. I don't even want to.
You should. It's very delicious.
I haven't.
No, this really doesn't taste like much. To be honest, it doesn't taste like much.
Question. Do you talk to your son about sex? He's 16.
Not really.
At 16, if you're not, somebody is.
He had the. I mean, I've the basics. You know what I mean? I don't go into like crazy. He still acts like a baby, dude. Like he's still a kid. He thinks his.
That's the ones they go after.
He thinks his penis is just for pissing still. You know what I mean? Like. And but I have had conversations with him and stuff like that, but nothing crazy. I'm paying attention to him and seeing, and he comes to me for a lot of stuff. He tells me a lot. So I'm waiting for him to at point two if he wants to talk to me. The door is open. I'm not trying to completely embarrass him or anything like that. And I really do think he's gonna come to me on some stuff because he likes his girl. He comes to me on all kinds of stuff about this girl he's been talking to, and yeah, so I try to keep it like that. I'm not trying to push that kind of stuff on them like right now. If they want to come to me and I leave the door open, they know that they can come talk to me.
But at a certain age, you got to initiate it if they haven't. And
well, I have when it was like that. When he was going through sex ed, he came to me and I was talking to him.
Wait, sex ed is still in the schools?
Oh, dude, it was in junior high. He did sex ed in junior high. And you know what's crazy? My daughter hasn't had sex ed yet, but I think he had it in 6th grade too. And she's in 6th grade. She hasn't even had it. So, but I think I kind of like, I don't know. I'll see what happens with that. But yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a lot of going on, man. Make sure that man is not like you in that department, man.
No, right? I don't. No, I really don't want him to be like me.
Yeah, I definitely want my boys to be better than me for sure.
In everything I do, I want him to be better than me.
Yeah, that's very important. It's needed.
Yeah.
Shit.
You guys have questions out there? Because we still got a lot of people. And what else?
We can get ready to wrap this up in a minute.
Yeah, because we have an 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But we might as well, dude. If people are on here, maybe we'll do it like
they don't matter
at 7:50, because then what happens is we get the longer they watch, the better. That's just better for the algorithm and everything. So as long as we're live and they're watching, it's better for the algorithm. So keep watching, everybody that's watching. But I want to call in. Somebody call in, ask a question. You go back to stuff that we were talking about before. We can talk about anything. Doors open because that's what we do. John, you can even call in and ask a question.
No, we don't want John to call in. John's working.
Yeah, I know.
When is our next DNR?
We don't have one scheduled right now. We got to get it scheduled. We're not booked like crazy right now though.
Slow down a little bit.
We're just kind of, actually, you know what? I think I'm wrong. I think we are booked.
Let's wait for Mel because
Yeah.
we'll wait for Mel to find out those things.
But I know we don't have a DNR scheduled. The 25th was our last DNR that was scheduled.
Man, I'm so angry I missed that DNR.
It was cool. Yeah, it was good. It was good. That guy, Alex.
It was cool because I wasn't here. It would have been good if I was here.
We had Alex Gibson on, and that was he's the comedian guy too. He was funny. It was a different take on him. Shout out to Alex because he was locked up for 11 years. So he's like, I'm new to the dating scene. You know what I mean? He was used to pen pals and all that stuff. He said, you know. So he was talking to actually, what's her name? Michaela was on here, and they were talking about stuff and everything, and yeah. So it was just different. You know, it was cool. We had another comedian girl, Millie, was on. Shout out to Millie.
What up, Millie?
Millie was crazy. So yeah,
I hate I missed it though. Like I said, 9-hour drive, man, for no reason. Coming back from San Francisco, that was the most. Yeah, it was upsetting. But I was trying to make it. I thought I was gonna be here like right at 5:30 too.
Yeah, it was good though. It was. I still think my favorite one was that one we did with those girls and we hung out with them afterwards. That was my favorite one we've done so far.
Oh, whatever. We all went to eat.
Yeah, that was a dope.
Well, we tried to eat, but they didn't serve food.
Yeah.
It was just drinks.
That was my favorite DNR we've done so far.
It was?
Yeah, I feel like a lot came out on that one, and you know what was pretty good too? It was the one where we had Rose here. Rose was here, and then the girl that
the Halloween edition
so
one.
bad.
The Halloween edition one that we did was good. I just wish your boy wasn't on here because he was just stupid as hell.
Which one?
The Halloween one did. They were all dressed in costumes. I don't want to say his name and give him a shout out, but you know what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to remember.
Your boy that you almost choked out because he didn't want to shake your hand.
Oh, fucking dumbass. Oh, dude, it's even worse now. But I don't want to give him no clout.
We're not doing it.
I put the
but that episode outside of the shit that he was saying and doing was a good episode.
But even you know, I didn't really like it because the girls were like, I'm not trying to. Whatever. The girls were not bad bitches. I'm just gonna say that. Like, damn. I was kind of like, what the fuck is going on here? Like they were not bad bitches, and I'm not trying to be mean if they're watching.
But that's what he kept saying.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, and then this dude trying to be hard with his spaghetti shirt, like thing. I was like, dude, how you coming in here like that, man? Like, you know, I don't want to give him no clout because he's a little dickhead. And
I asked you from the get-go why'd you pull him on, but none of my business.
Well, you know what? I don't remember the last one we did with them, and you told me you didn't like them.
No, I don't.
And I see why. I wish I would have.
I did not like him the very moment he came on.
Yeah,
I did not like him at all. Some people are just arrogant for sure, and you know you.
I didn't know that's why you didn't like him though, because he was arrogant.
It's not even. It's beyond that. It's just
he's a weirdo, huh?
Very weird. His conversation. He tries to speak in a third person about himself and what he's doing and how dope he is, but show me why you're so dope.
But then he's telling a story that goes nowhere too.
Yeah, you ask him a question, and then he takes hours to get to a point that hasn't even been made yet. Like, shut the fuck up and answer the question. Like,
he's supposed to be going on some other podcast to talk shit about us.
That's fine.
Yeah.
He can mention my name.
But I think because I know that other podcast, I think that that podcast is gonna clown him.
I mean,
that's what they do. They're gonna clown him. Yeah, because that's what they do. This dude's not gonna like how he introduces them, and they like to clown people.
I mean, I'm fine with all. He can bring me up all he wants to. I'm fine with that. He can talk shit,
but he's probably gonna talk about me.
He might.
That's what he's gonna do.
He might.
Because of this last part of it, the whole situation.
The thing is,
that podcast is gonna clown him.
But a lot of people won't say the shit to the faces. They'll say all the shit they say somewhere else, but they won't say it in the presence in the same room.
Dude. I really wish I could rewind on how I dealt with that guy.
I tried to tell you. You don't listen to me though.
Dude, I didn't think it was like that big because I was drunk. You know what I mean? The first episode.
I told you.
So you were completely on point, dude. Like completely right. I wish I didn't bring him on. And I wish I would have watched the full episode because I would have probably noticed him more. I didn't want to watch it because I didn't like the way I was on it. You know what I mean?
I thought it was going to be, I can't even say that. It don't matter. But that episode was okay. But that other one, yes, that was a good one too. And then the other DNR, what was another good DNR? We can get off that topic of whatever that was anyways.
Yeah, that little fag.
What is another? I'm trying to think. Well, I think the one you're speaking of, that was a good
a good one, man.
It was.
And the other one too with Rose, she's a redhead. Remember, she was over here. She's a little girl, little shorty. And
yes, because her and the other girl, the other girl that's a barber was on here with her too. Maria.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Those two, to me, were like top 5.
That's when I made the comment to old girl and she got offended. That's because I said, "What makes you a good woman?"
Yeah.
I was asking the question. Yeah, that was a good one.
And Vanessa was here too. Yeah, Vanessa and man, all them. Yeah, that was I like that episode too. That was one of my favorite ones. And then there's one that this is before you were on though, when the girl called the guy on. A girl did that too. Which one did she do that on? You were on this one too, right?
She was sitting right here. I said,
and he was ready to smash.
We were speaking about guy friends. I said, majority of the time, if a woman has a guy friend, and it's just a friendship, friend zone on both angles, and you tell that guy, I'm lonely right now. I just broke up with my boyfriend. I need something from you. Can you come over now?
Yeah.
Oh no, my friend won't do that. Yeah, he will. He will.
They will.
She called him.
Even if the guy doesn't really like. Okay, I even look at maybe if you get a lot of play, right? You get a lot of girls. They're not really looking at you like that. But even at some point, if you're naked, they're gonna smash. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of goes that way. Like I think that most dudes are going to do that. It just is what it is. There's going to be obviously rare cases, you know, but shit, men are men sometimes, and they're ready to do it.
I keep telling everybody, all these women talk about I got a best friend, my male best friend, this, and this. That same male best friend, when you vulnerable in a certain space, if the opportunity presents himself, he gonna fuck you.
Shit, I got friends I won't even talk about on here right now, and I'm not even cool with them like that, but I know, dude, they're friends with some of these girls, and it's not like they don't get ass. They get all kinds of ass, but they're friends with these girls, thinking the girl thinks that they're only friends with them, and that's it. But low key, the dude's telling me all the time he's gonna smash at some point. You know what I mean? So I know that what's going on. Like, you guys think that they're just friends, but they're not.
Nope, at all, man. But they're naive and they don't get it. I was having this conversation recently the other day talking to somebody, and it's like the men. I'm a man. I mean, I'm not stupid. I know how some of the men think. I mean, I know how the fuck I would think sometimes. That's just the reality of it all. And all these men that are your so-called friends, it's not what you think it is.
No,
it's not. And I've watched certain dudes maneuver when their wives aren't around, and when certain things are a certain way, and it's like, oh, that's what you about. And I don't judge anybody because that's what you do. But I know how I used to be too.
Yeah.
So it's like I know exactly how I used to be. I did some grimy ass shit that I'm not proud of. I'm like, I can't believe I did that shit.
If I think alcohol has a lot to do with it too, but I think I just did grimy stuff because that's what I was about at that time. You couldn't have changed my mind for the hell of it. You just couldn't.
Man, this shit is not okay. The shit that I did, I was like, that shit wasn't okay that I did that.
Nah, I think the same thing. I think it takes a long time for a dude to start to realize that we did some fucked up shit.
And I have done some fucked up shit, and it's like,
I wouldn't cheat. As crazy as you think I am, if I have a girlfriend that I'm committed to, I won't cheat on her. I won't do it. I don't see a point to being with a girl committed relationship to do that with. And I'm like low key like not wanting to get in a relationship. Okay, I actually do 100%. I would rather be in a relationship, but I don't want to because I don't trust the situation of a lot of these women, and I don't really want to put in time into them if I don't see that it's gonna go somewhere.
That's a big issue sometimes too, is getting to know somebody.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And on an intimate aspect, on a level of, in ways that nobody else knows them, in ways that nobody else knows you, and you guys are getting to know each other. That shit is not easy.
And I don't really want to give like me out to them. Really, I don't really want to do that. I don't want them to really know everything about me. I don't want. I'm probably never gonna be like that again. To be honest, I'm probably not. I'm probably never gonna open up completely to a woman.
I told myself that, and I really did tell myself that, and I felt like I never would. I felt like I would never be in a position to love anybody. I felt like I would never be in a position to even trust anybody or be vulnerable or anything like that. And
I won't be vulnerable. That's off the table completely.
But I think that's a hard statement to say, because if it's who you are, if you are that person that does not mind being vulnerable, and you're holding back because you don't want to do that, it's going to create somewhat of a problem within yourself. It's an internal battle.
No, because I'll be. This is literally what it is. I'm vulnerable to God with God. When I pray with Him, when I read, when I talk to Him, that's who I'm vulnerable with. And if I am with people, I go to this, and it's actually like really cool. I go to this Bible study on Saturdays. I haven't been going a lot lately, but I go on Saturdays, and it's a men's group. It's all men's in the morning, and that is big. Like the conversations, the opening up, all that kind of stuff. I look at first I didn't like it, and then I realized reading the Bible and all that kind of stuff, noticing that Jesus had the disciples to disciple with each other for a reason. And I was like,
so you're saying Jesus and you got disciples? You're Jesus? And you got
No,
disciples.
no. I'm saying it's good to disciple with other men. And so when I went to that and I was going through and talking to them about things, and I wasn't doing it at first. I wouldn't say anything. And then after a while, I started saying things, and then I would get really good advice. Like, okay, I like that. I like that too. And it's godly advice. So I'm like, all right, I like that. And it's biblical, and I go back to it, and I pay attention to everything. I just kind of, how I do things.
It's one thing to talk to God, which is good, is needed. However, it's another thing to be able to talk to somebody and you hear a voice coming back to you, and it's comforting and it's understanding.
I used to think that too, Marky. I used to think that. I always had to talk to people. That was the way. That was the way I am.
I won't talk to anybody.
No, but I was that way. I had certain friends that I would go to.
All right, Mindful Journey. Appreciate you, champ.
Yeah, thank you. And but there was check this out, dude. So there were certain people I would talk to when that shit went down and there was bad things that happened between us. I remember thinking like, damn, I would go pick up my phone when something cool happened or something crazy happened. I'm thinking, oh shit, I can't even call them. I'm like, it's over. We're not friends no more, whatever the case is. Or if even one of them was a girl and I was really close with her too, I had nobody to call. Then I started going to God. It took me a long time. Don't get me wrong. It took actually years for me to start doing that. When you actually do it, and you're in you're reading and you're actually going to God, I promise you, dude. It took. Because when I was doing it, it wasn't the same. But when I really dived deep into it, it's the best thing I could have did, dude.
Dove deep.
What did I say? Dived isn't a word?
It is, but it wasn't for that. It was when I dove deep.
Well, either one. When I dove deep, it was it changed everything for me. And now I don't feel like I gotta tell people a lot of things anymore.
And
I keep a lot in now.
My personality, my character, I'm a people pleaser. That's who I am. I always want to make sure everybody else is straight. I want to make sure that everybody is good. That's just me. Talking to God does work. 100% it works. There's moments of comfort that sometimes I need in that moment. The presence of somebody, the presence of a person, the arms around me when I need it most. Whatever it may be in that moment, you might physically need. And not saying that God can't give it to you, because God can make sure it gets there.
I get that from God now.
For sure. And I just, sometimes for me, when I'm able to have somebody that I can really be vulnerable with, because it is something that I want for sure. I want to be able to be vulnerable with somebody, and have those moments and just be able to talk and know that I can trust you. And I have that now.
Yeah.
And I love it. I enjoy that space because it's a peaceful space for me now. It wasn't before. I was talking to somebody and having my words and putting myself out there and being vulnerable, and then I'm being judged for everything I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's all being held against me. When we get into a disagreement, it's thrown at me. It was just constant reminders of like, damn, what the fuck am I doing? And it's like, now it's a different feeling. It's a different energy. It's just like, you ever been corrected with love?
What do you mean?
Like, you get corrected and somebody can correct you, but this is a real asshole type of way.
Yeah.
How they correcting you, but you get corrected with love.
Yeah.
And it's more of
yeah.
It's a different feeling.
The men's group does that.
And I've been experiencing that. I like coming from a woman. It's rare that I've ever been really corrected from an aspect of just pure, genuine love and appreciation. Like, hey, I'm only telling you this because I do want you to be better. Now I'm telling you this because you pissed me the fuck off. It's a different energy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is where you kind of messed up at.
The only thing is, though, is at some point, this is my thought on this.
Mm-hmm.
I had best friends, people. There was a girl I was completely committed to on that end, and all of that, like not. I'm not gonna say it blew it back in my face, but those relationships ended horribly. So I don't want to trust anybody to do that with anymore. But I'm not doing it for in spite reason. I'm actually pouring that into God now,
Bro, it's hard to
and
trust.
I actually like it better.
It's hard to trust. But what I told myself is that I'm not going to change up who I am for anybody. But what I will do is change who I give that to.
Yeah, but that's what I'm doing with God.
Yeah.
You know, and I think everybody should try that because we're so used to giving it to somebody. I feel like, and now that I'm not doing that, and I'm trusting God more. It gives me more of a reason to trust God. So now I'm doing that, and I love that, dude. I think that's where I should have been the whole time, and I wish I could have did that. Yeah, we got to close out because it's almost time.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we have 8:15 coming on right now, and she should be here anytime. I thank you guys for watching. A lot of you guys stayed on with us the whole time. I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back at 8:15, and so shed the sheep. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Shed the sheep. Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas,
And this is Ambishun, the Black Cup.
and we will be right back. Peace.